So if you see me next week tearing down the government, no, I had to. I didn't want to.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from with that.
I wouldn't even rub a unicorn horn in a degenerate retarded horse.
You kind of combine that one into one.
They don't think it be like it is, but it do.
Oh wait, we still have the gear for milking the unicorn, and now we have the chance. Look at that! Now we have a real live unicorn.
Well, let's deal with the problem at hand. Go back to Matt.
What's going on in this thread? Oh no!
Last time on Tales from My Wife's Son B.
The blood of heroes.
We escaped the Forest of Aids. We made the best friend ever, Jeff. 2 members of the guild. Biggis, Hankus, and Bobby is just fucking levitating. And the fact he's levitating like nearly about half his height above the shoulder of Hank is making me more afraid of him than
On my screen, he's just kind of on his shoulder.
Yeah, he's on his shoulder.
Yeah,
to me, he's levitating.
That makes him more intimidating.
Yeah, he's just showing off.
He's just T-posing on you.
Well, let me
God,
screenshot this.
Somebody with Photoshop skills fucking edit that image so that he's T-posing. Alright, and apparently they're accusing our good friend Regave of a conflict of interest. Probably bullshit.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to the bottom of this, and we're going to find out tonight on the riveting episode of this.
To the bottom of it by staying on top of it.
In this episode 20, the season finale of season 3, Twist.
Wait, it's the finale? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's episode 20.
What did
Yep.
We've been doing this for 20 fucking episodes.
We've been doing them much longer.
60 plus.
I love it. You say that, and everyone else is like, "Oh, you sweet summer
Listen,
child."
20 goddamn weeks.
if only you knew.
When
how
what-
bad
like,
my
what do
intro
we-
was.
Despair is
Show
not for
for
episode
it.
20. Despair is for episode 40. Despair is for episode 16 of season 2.
And that doesn't even count the fucking side shit. Oh, yeah.
Despair is for Shrek Warrior Online. A name that
Don't
I'm
talk
still
about
proud
Shrek
of.
Warrior Online.
It was such a good name. I'm so fucking smug about that. But,
Okay, so, alright, could you state again what the problem is, big man? And lil cunt?
Goodness just awkwardly turns to Bobby.
if you're sure, Udax, you do often put it so much more eloquently than me. Oh well. If the good honourable gentleman insists. Due to the investigation into your good honourable selves, the holding of the position of parole officer upon your own self represents a certain hitch as far as proceedings go, sir. So we felt the need to step in as a temporary measure. I'm sure you'll understand.
Under whose orders?
Let's assume I don't understand and it needs to be elaborated.
Oh, we have all the relevant court orders, don't worry. You'll get out what looks to be a dossier, and you'll toss it down for your perusal.
Oh shit, not words.
Don't worry, I'll be giving you the crib notes rather than an actual dossier. I'm not that cruel.
Oh boy.
Oh shit, this
the-
motherfucker got paperwork. Watch out.
Have you got? Have you
I'm
got?
literally allergic to that.
Oh yeah, the presence of the written word, in this case, in cursive,
Oh my god,
in
no.
lawyer speak. This is the anathema to the goblins, and considering that, from what you can tell, Bobby appears to be a goblin himself, the disgust that fills your body, Mud.
Well, at least it's not sheet music.
I can't. I'd
Some
rather
sections of it are.
I'd rather read sheet music than cursive. Can't read it.
Knowledge on local laws.
Oh.
A natural 20.
Okay.
Oh, good. That
Any
means you
particular
found all
questions
the
you'd like to
loopholes.
ask? Any particular questions you'd like to ask before I go and give you a quick spiel?
Well,
Because you basically have, I'm going to say, for that DC, it's only DC 14, so you've got easily 4 or 5 questions worth and
Well,
change.
since he got his 20, maybe I should ask just general questions
Yeah,
because this is
go ahead.
directed at me, and then for the specific stuff, he should use his 20 as he's perusing more in depth.
I was going to say so.
Yeah, just ask Nero and I shall also provide information.
All
yeah,
right,
you can. Can they spend the questions?
Yes,
because-
but I will require that they speak to you in character to ask, and then you can just I'll give you the information to get to them, and you can interpret it as you wish.
Well, I mean,
I've got a question for him.
Because it's up to Nero how she words things. Maybe some lost in translation stuff. She may
well,
literally
I don't
vanish.
even know what this conflict of interest supposedly is, so they should at least tell us what exactly what the actual conflict of interest is between what parties.
The basic premise outlined in the dossier is that, given that the investigation is into all of you,
What investigation? For
the
starters?
investigation into the arson, and no, they don't. They in fact do not have any information on Mud. Mud is exempt from the investigation at present. Given current events, until such time as that a full investigation can be carried out and there can be ruled out any wrongdoing, that you remaining as parole officer to Thok would represent a flight risk, as in the chance that he would flee from the country.
Wait, that Thok would flee from the country?
Yep. He is not considered an outward flight risk, though the added level of security is required by the court.
So,
And currently,
Okay.
you are implicated in the investigation.
oh, what a baffling thing to say. So they're saying that Thok, by being with me as his parole officer, has a higher risk for fleeing the country, even though a day ago we signed the documents that would magically guarantee we would be in court 2 weeks from today.
Yes. Furthermore, the actual dating
Can I-
for this document is
I'm-
from prior to the magical contract being signed.
Okay. Oh, that's excellent then. Well, now they'll see that clearly.
So
The fact of the matter remains that should Thok attempt to flee and seek magical means to break the contract, he would not have another representative of the courts at hand to prevent him.
Why
As
would I-
currently you are considered to be under investigation yourself due to your involvement.
involvement in what?
Because
The
you were
arson.
there.
Because you were there and you actively spoke to the diviners.
It's literally not. It's not so much. It's because of you. It's literally if Aiden was my parole officer, it's the fact that you were there and she was there at the same time when it happened, and so
There is
they're
a
covering
distinct
their bases.
lack of accusatory language in the document. It
I
really
get
seems
it.
to be a formality.
I need to.
And it also states that whilst Udix and Bobby will be present, they will not be stepping in outside of the bounds of the law.
So basically, I think what it means is they're just going to be hanging about with us while we're doing while
Alright.
we're here. I think.
Sure.
So
This will actually work to our
one
advantage.
question was what was the implication to relieve the lives of his duty? Second question: is there way to overcome their involvement because of the contract Rax signed? You know, the conflict of the dates and legality of that. It's very hard to
I don't think there's
word
a
this.
conflict of dates.
Yeah,
They
it's
just
very hard
run it.
to word this in English. That was the
I
second
think-
version.
I think it's
But-
because he's saying that because the documents, there have been more recent documents served
Yeah, and-
Basically,
than
We
when
can
these were
decide
actually
from-
served from the courts.
we
these
can
guys
decide-
probably were making their way towards us when the other guy got to us first. We dealt with that guy, and all
Yeah,
that shit's
so-
not went through the system yet.
So we can
The court-
provide to him the documents the copy of the documents that we have from signing with the previous guild.
Good
Our
call.
court documents,
Okay, cool.
because we have our copy. Yeah.
I reach out to Rags to get the copy of the document so that I can hand it to Hank. Who can hand it to Bobby.
Yeah, I guess I'll.
Oh, Udex, do pass that up. It's dreadfully difficult to reach from here.
That's right. He can bend down.
Yeet.
Can Nira use?
Very good. You did sign on with him. It's rare he actually, the good honourable gentleman that I've worked with previously, actually bags anybody. Okay, so the contract is binding. Okay.
I've got no reason to run. I'm already in debt to the bar, and they'll go after my mother if I try to skip town. And I wouldn't do that to my mum.
And as well as he's going through the documents that I provided, I do want to also make the case that the entire reason we're here, of all places, is because, and I'll point to, what's his name?
The sick gentleman in the back.
Yeah, I'll point to Antoine and say that one of the whole reasons that we are here is to get Antoine and to bring him back safely, and I will let him know that we have a comrade that we have lost, and I'll refer to Sir Tobias, and that once we're rested enough to get back to town, we're going to pretty much start to try and see what sort of a search party we can try and organize.
He will lean forward in his perch on Udex's shoulder and oh really, the Honourable Sir Tobias of the Grey Order. It's a long while since we heard from him, isn't that right, Udex?
Indeed.
Rogave, show him the torch.
Yeah, I'll show him the inscribed torch.
Oh, don't worry, we're well aware of their little gadgetry. And we're well aware of what they've gotten up to lately. Tell me, are you familiar with the Palatinate Council to the north? Of which the Grey Knighthood are agents thereof?
Nira, use one of those knowledge locals.
Do I know of the council he's speaking of?
The Palatinate Council, you know offhand, are a ruling council of politicians to the north, in one of the more northerly provinces of Ustalav, and they have got a hilariously shady background to them, as they're one of the few elected officials in all of Ustalav. As a result, they're not trusted as far as one can throw them.
Here is also the fourth. This is the fourth question. The fourth knowledge local I want to use. I want to use knowledge local on fine print. the hidden bullshitry in the document.
Well, you still have questions left, don't you?
Okay. Are you which contracts fine print are you looking into? The dossiers or the original contract?
The dossiers these guys are showing.
Okay. There is a line of fine print. It does state that Bobby can be dismissed from his own following, provided Udex is brought along in trust. Bobby is the higher-ranking official here. Bobby is, in fact, a qualified judge, or field judge, specifically. Normally accompanying Udex.
So basically, we can take the big man with us, and the big man will just follow us about. And if I try to skip town or anything, the big man will go for me. Basically,
that's fine.
And it does actually mention Ulysses' own training in that he is a non-lethal restraint practitioner.
All right, yeah, I mean that's
He's
fine.
also a trained executioner.
So we can essentially ask only him to follow us legally.
There is a
call him as a witness.
There's another fine line that says that one can call something called a clamour, by which a ruling official must be restrained from his current position if you feel that there is any chance that corruption might be taking place. This is an ancient law of Ustalav, grandfathered in from prior to its reunification. In essence, what it boils down to is, in old Ustalavi, the terms, my prince, someone does me wrong. And what it causes is the courts must step in, and until the courts step in to investigate the ruling authority in the particular court case, that ruling body cannot actually act. So Bobby would be extricated from the situation.
So if we prove that they are corrupt or something like that,
If you have reason to believe that Bobby is corrupt in his office, as in the education of his office, or is in any way compromised, you may call a clamour, and that will cause him to be essentially removed from the equation until such time that a court case can be heard regarding him. But there is a caveat. If the court finds that it was spurious or used in an attempt to wriggle out of an actual commitment, the court is fully able to prosecute in retaliation.
That's fair enough.
Alright,
Something
no,
to keep in
like
mind,
that,
but
that, yeah,
nothing
that,
reasonable.
nothing useful.
not
Hey,
yet.
big man.
yeah, I don't think we have the legal team or legal knowledge to find something shady that Bobby is doing.
Honestly,
Big
I
man.
think
There is a note that
Right,
if you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be actually assigned to you.
Nah, we'll find one, don't worry. Big man, let's go. You
Yes.
look tough though. Come on, arm wrestle, let's go. If you're going to be following us a bit, we'll test you out. Come on.
Also, there is a secondary caveat. Trial by combat is always available.
No, again, but I just want to do an arm wrestle for funsies. To get to know them. It's a bonding experience. I mean, we're probably going to be together for a few days until the court thing comes up, aren't we?
It'll be 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks minus a day, so.
Yeah. Probably.
Let's see. I think this will work to our advantage. If anything, we can have Udex be summoned as a witness in court based on everything that he sees between now and the court date, which will be good for us unless we royally do something terrible, which I can't foresee actually happening.
I'm on my
Oh,
best
what could
behaviour right
possibly
now.
go
Because,
wrong?
like, I'm already in the doghouse with my mum. Sorry about that, right? So I know that's sensitive to you. But,
Well, no, things are
What-
great with your mom. You're in the doghouse.
What- well,
That's what that means.
it's a bad thing
It's really
here.
great. Oh, it's,
But,
it's a bad thing here.
Yes.
Oh.
Well,
Well,
I'll-
how about
I'll-
a regular wrestling match, Thok?
That's the spirit, Udex. You haven't been this spirited in years.
Sure, let's just
Been a while.
fucking go for it. Let's go for it then. Fuck it.
Are
One
you in a
moment,
state-
let me
are
get
you
my
in a
seat.
state to be wrestling
and-
people right now.
He will take out an amulet, he will kind of wave it around his head, and a little disc will appear on which he will recline.
That's the moon.
And
Or
it
is
happens to
it?
line up perfectly. It happens to line up perfectly with the disc he's sitting on.
How convenient!
It saves me a job.
Alright, cool. Again, this ain't trial by combat. I just want to do this for funsies, you know? It's nice to meet new people, wrestle with them, you know, tussle.
You
I
don't
don't get to
kill
meet,
Marvelous
plants
as a
his weapons into
character.
the ground.
I don't get to meet
Ground
many
shakes slightly.
buff dudes lately, you know? You know,
Okay,
in a
just-
nice
just
way. In a nice way.
For context, Udex, what is your height?
Um,
Not to put you on the not to put you on the spot like that, but
10 foot.
A taller man.
Impressive.
I believe you medium size. The uppermost of medium size is 8.
I reckon I'm about 8 tall. Because I'm an elf augur mix, and elves are generally lanky people, you know?
Be surprised. Elves average actually slightly shorter than
But
humans.
depends on your type of elf.
Yeah, wood elves shorter. Anything
In
else
any case.
usually taller.
I'm going to go up to Jeff Unicron, my buddy, and I'm going to put my hand up to get a bro hoof. Oh god, I just said that. I never meant it the way that. Oh, fuck, I never meant it. in
It's
that
too
way.
late. It's too late. You've sullied your name.
Fuck you, Mega Sable.
Guys.
Fuck you, Mega Sable.
Late.
Friendship is magic.
Yeah, my friendship with Jeff is magic. Shut up. All right, I'll put my fist up like, so that he can hoof me. See, that sounds bad as well. It doesn't sound as bad as the other thing. No, but
Maybe
go for
maybe
it, just for
stop.
good luck. No, shut up.
Jeez.
He's my friend. He's been a better brother to me than you ever have.
Just rub his horn for for like.
No, but he's a Chad now. We need to show mutual respect. He's my friend. You know, there you go.
Okay,
So-
just go with the whole
You
like
must-
Bill and Ted wild,
Look, I'm just
literal
gonna- I'm
wild
just-
stallion
I'm just
thing,
gonna-
and
I'm
just
just
use their
gonna-
guitar and wave your
Yeah.
big hair like manes around.
I'd like to see a horse do air guitar. That would be Do you remember that advert with a horse that was
say
going by
no
and it looked
homo.
like it was flossing?
Just
Like,
say
I
no
must
homo.
imagine it's like saxophone
Well,
horse.
I hold my fist out towards Jeff, you know, and I'm like, yeah, come at me, broski.
A fist bump will be, he replied with.
An ethereal fist made of sparkles just comes out of the fucking. Alright, cool. Clear us some room, Jeff, for you. Here we go. Right, just go.
Okay, let's shrink you down to your actual sizes so you can actually do this properly. Because otherwise, Udix is a little bit like you're large, Udix, I believe.
Yes.
Cool. Doing some stretches on the spot now.
Round one.
Right, cool. Stitch.
You know what? Can we get away with the Mortal Kombat theme, or would Ed Boon like bend over a barrel?
Well, I don't trust anything regarding fucking like CMB shit in this, and I'm not a spec for it. I'm gonna die instantly. I'm gonna fucking spin my Tetsubo and its ring at the fucking bottom, and then embed it into the ground. There we go. Ugh. Do some stretches. Ooh.
Oh, that's handy. Little V's done a kind of a. Everyone go out and watch Little V stuff. He's very good. Okay. So just.
Yes.
All right, wee man, you want to be judge?
Bobby and I imagine Mud will both look at you.
That is just racist, honestly. Like,
Thok, show a little respect.
He is a wee man. I don't love it.
The idea here is not.
will be scheduled for one fall.
that's not your word. You can't say that.
Here you go. In private, you have the Arthur of Bobby and.
That's
and-
gross.
Although
Let
which
the poor
list?
goblin fucking deal with it. I'm
Balls
What?
count anywhere.
What?
Hardcore rules are in
Whoa,
effect.
what? Who are you calling a porch goblin?
the fucking one that brings around words with it. That's
Shut up, porch monkey.
That was surprisingly racist.
Of course
All
he
right,
is.
cool.
He's wearing white
Didn't
face.
you know? Didn't you read about that? That's the natural nature of clowns. They're all very racist.
Natural nature.
Right. Let's see.
It's like an ATM machine.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's do this. Alright, so I get down into
Or
like
the
a
Los
full-
Angeles Angels.
I get down in a crouch position with a fist against the fucking ground, ready to fucking dash forward, and fucking the rage eyes fucking light up. Boom.
Wait, are we
Udex's
rolling
eyes
initiative?
start glowing.
Those two knuckleheads are.
Should we? I'm not involved in this confrontation.
I'm just
Purely
Dab.
Oh.
I literally don't care. I'm just gonna...
Oh, I don't care either. They won't kill him.
Wait, do you
Well,
think
I
he
got
has
20,
wait
they
a
have
minute.
zero shift.
What the fuck? It's like the RNG gods have totally changed their mind. Are you,
Jesus has descended.
are you gonna
Oh, boy.
are you guys gonna try to like steal stuff from this dude? Get his gear
No,
or something? What are you doing?
it's a male bonding experience monkeys and women wouldn't understand.
I guess I really don't.
Go wash yourself.
In all seriousness, Jingji.
In all seriousness,
in all
Is it a problem?
seriousness, this
Is it a
is
problem?
please don't screw this up.
Also,
This is the
Thought,
last
could you
time
roll
we've been
a
trying to do
intimidate check, please? As this is the glare-off portion of the combat, as are with the dueling rules.
Glare off.
Oh god,
Udex's
so
eyes are
does that mean
visibly
my
glowing.
nat 20 initiative that the first time I've ever had a good initiative roll?
Don't worry, all it accounts for is a small penalty or bonus.
Yeah, I mean, this is to see who glares first.
Cool. So,
Two flinches first.
also, Rags, you should love this. This is what your god's all about.
This is good
reading through
manly
these
competition.
documents.
Warrior male!
I have a pile of papers right now I need to read through so you don't go to prison.
This is the antithesis of what you signed up for.
Yeah, this is the opposite. This is what I have
Balls.
to deal with.
Balls!
Okay,
Fucking a roll
good.
minus one, I got a nat 20 and a roll of
Udex,
2. We have
Udex, unironically, well, Udex, you want to let him know how much you beat his check, or leave that a special occasion?
So, leave it a secret.
Yeah.
the glare off.
Okay. Udex's eyes are visibly glowing.
So are mine. I've raged. Ugh.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Thok, you're in the lead. Keep in mind, you're currently at minus. You take a -1 to hit.
Because of the fear or shaking.
Yes, he's. Well, what the glare off does is it imparts a -1 to the loser.
Alright, fuck it. Ugh. What kind of pose is he in? By the way, are we allowed jabs and shit?
He's just standing still like a statue.
Menacingly. He's just there menacing.
Actually, due to the intimidation, he assumes a T-put.
Alright, well, using my nat 20 initiative there, I am gonna fucking dash at this motherfucker. I'm popping lunge first, by the way. So that I don't get fucking... so that I don't get, attack opportunity. And I'm gonna go for his right arm. And I'm gonna fucking try and keep moving through it and twist it round so that he goes into. I put him in a half Nelson.
The clown has popcorn.
What am I rolling on that, Bill? CMB?
That'd be a CMB, yes.
Additional case party information.
10, 2, I guess. Yeet!
And
29.
the good honourable people at home remember, both of these characters were made on equal terms. It will not be
Right,
said
so-
that I am unfair.
So would I position myself around the back of him then if I'm moving to put him in a half Nelson? Well, I get to it. Well, I suppose it depends if it succeeds or not.
You would need to roll a tumble check in order to attempt to reposition within his reach.
Alright, well, I guess with that case then, it's just me using my strength to grab his arm and basically make him twist his whole body around for a sheer force.
You may-
I love how Rex is muttering to himself in the background, reading the lore.
Okay. Udex, does that beat your CMD?
No.
Fuck it! Alright, well, I'm fucked. There we go. If I can't beat it, if I can't beat it with a 29, that's no doable. It's not doable. It's just not doable. Go.
So what essentially happens is you leap
By the way,
up,
by the way,
clinging
thanks, 'cause I
onto
knew
his,
it-
onto his right arm, at which point you find yourself dangling off the floor.
Great. I knew I was going to get my ass kicked, but I love that there. Bear in mind, these characters were made that they could be beaten. My arse.
No, I said they were made on equal terms. Both of you had the exact same character creation. Udex?
Well, Udex shall try and pick up Thok by the neck. And he shall firstly activate Rage.
Woo! What's your CMD there, Naka?
I'm probably fucked. CMD is 17.
Actually, what he shall try and do is
Wait, what
Pick you
affects CMD?
CMD is affected by any non-armor based enhancement to your armor class.
So
And your strength and dex and BAB.
Alright, so Alright,
I know
so
that some of
17.
these sheets have trouble
17.
calculating shit.
17. I'm just gonna go with what it says in the sheet.
Okay. How unfortunate for you.
Udex will pick you up, throw you into the air, and then pick you up in his
You
arms.
doing okay over there, Thok?
Can I? Nira just raises a hand. Mr. Udex, can I give Tok a chance?
How would you like to do that?
Something so
fuck yeah.
two little spells.
Fuck yeah, this is mainly grappling. I'm not getting into like fisticuffs or anything like that. Even though it's the only thing I can do to win. Like, this is just me fucking like getting to know how strong he is.
If you want to help him out, that's your prerogative.
Don't you fucking interfere.
No, I want.
As Nuka attempts to fist fight a building.
I say Tok, just
I'm
little
trying to
spells.
grapple a building. I can probably punch
Fuck
down
you,
a building.
bitch tower! Short metal city up in this bitch.
Tok, it's just two little spells. If you want them, they're on the ready.
No, I'm not cheating. Again, it's just
Bobby
friendly
is-
sport.
Bobby's reclining. He's mage handed some grapes up to himself. He's got a glass of wine.
Oh, Kelgus is enjoying
I
it.
have
Also, I shall roll weightlifting to start curling Thok.
Did he budge at all with the 29?
Udex, would you like to honour that question?
Sure.
Or would you like to tell him?
No.
The answer is no.
Great.
You know that bit you love so much in Rocky 3 or 4? 4, I think it is. When,
Yeah, with the gloves.
with the gloves, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't have Dolph Lundgren's face on Udex.
Well, I've given it all I had and fucking whatnot, and I'm like, nah. Fuck it. Well, I guess I'm getting bench pressed. I tap out. Fuck it.
Udex actually has some slight trouble curling it. Like he's quite hefty. Plus all the artwork that shows him is morbidly obese.
I'm gonna be morbidly obese for long. I'm gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna be reformed in a beautiful, sensual boy.
Well, since you tapped out, Udex shall gently drop you down onto the floor.
Oh,
first.
Jesus Christ. You're fucking ridiculous, big man. And I put my hand out, fucking get a shake.
Shall return the gesture and shake your hand.
Oh, Christ. Fucking ridiculous. I gave him everything I fucking had and I couldn't watch the bastard. That was like everything I had. Ugh.
I stand up. Would you be
Good
ready
show,
to
gentlemen.
take-
Good show.
I step to Udex. Would you be kind to take a challenge from a lady?
Very well.
The Honourable Sir Udex, of course, given his species, is rather not perturbed by small matters such as gender and creed and everything else, really.
Well, I once was a male, but then I got turned into a machine.
Well,
He's
Ah, the
more profane
wonders
than
of the-
man now.
The
Well,
wonders of the industry.
While this is
Sure.
happening, I pick up my Tetsubo and I'm over playing with Jeff and I'm basically throwing the back end of the Tetsubo and trying to hook it on Tom so that Jeff can spin it around in his horn and launch it back at me and I'll catch it. I'm playing catch with Jeff.
Bill, for the sake of this build, is it applicable to say that Nira can take her mutagen and gain
Yes,
plus 4 strength? Yes. Well, Nira is going to do some light stretching.
The unicorn
Which,
has
if-
24 charisma.
Yep, let's do some light stretching. It's 1d20 plus. What is the weight lift? It's 10.
Jeff
Done.
will cast Create Food and Water.
So that increases her carrying capacity by 1. Plus 4 from mutagen. She will cast Pulse Strength, and if I'm correct, it just gives me another +2 because I already have.
Keep in mind that you're using them. You're not using them all, are you?
I have not used them all yet. It's just preparing for them all.
Okay.
So it's +2 from extra bull strength, +2 from being the burden of society, so I can carry even more. So its strength is currently at 25. If I use Wand of a large person, it's +2 strength. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she will use that, so it's 27.
Performance enhancing spells.
And of course, you change to large size for the purposes of calculating encumbrance.
Yep. So where is the size? Yes, size 1.
Size medium.
It's
large rather.
Yes, size large.
That actually multiplies your carrying capacity, I believe.
Yeah. So now it's currently at 27. I have to put this into other.
Udex, you're actually standing eye to eye with another combatant for once.
Udex shall
So-
approvingly.
They don't even have eyes at the moment. Thought their head was gone.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I should probably note, it appears that you're fighting a decapitated elf.
Yeah. So currently her heavy lifting capacity it's 2,080 pounds. With her armor on,
Oh.
2,000 pounds that she's able to. And now, Bill, I believe I have to take the strength test to be able to lift the halberd.
Yes, indeed.
Did 20. Weightlifting is now 15. 27.
Very good. You heft a heavy depth onto your shoulder and may now wield it. Now, please, if you'd both roll initiative and your intimidate checks.
I think my intimidate check is shit unless I can add something else to it, like weightlifting. Bill,
If
is
you
there
want to
anything-
flex off, that's okay, because you do both have weightlifting.
Oh yeah, let's do flex off. Is that your flex off or is that your?
No, that is
initiative.
initiative. Yeah.
And this is for flex off. Oof.
Could you, Dex, if you'd roll this one in the open, since it's a visible skill?
Yep.
And Nero, if you... Oh, Nero had roll.
Oof.
Udex is at the disadvantage.
Impressive.
And Nero's initiative is 3.1, okay. Nero, you have the floor.
Well, she's going to, because now I have a power attack. I'm going to use that sacrifice. What's the name of it? Yes, some of the attack, -1 attack, and she's going to swing not at him, but at the ground in front of him, basically to make a difficult terrain.
Okay. What's your total carrying capacity at present?
My total carrying capacity is 2,000 pounds.
Okay,
Just
so
to make
a
sure we're on. Just to make sure we're on the same page. Are we wrestling or having a?
Weapons duel, if it's okay.
Sure.
How do they say? First blood or something?
Let's get the music off. It's been gone for a while.
Okay. Okay, I can find another tune.
So Bob, get down.
What channel did you find that music from again?
Little V. Little V Mills. Excellent channel. All this
Little V.
Yep. Oof. Excellent work.
I'm Little V. I still
Oh no!
remember.
Don't you fucking ruin Little V.
Little V. Okay.
It's awesome.
Oh, little V, he's got like a bunch of little cats.
A bunch of little copper coins. He has to carry them one by one because they're too large.
Oh, I imagine like you ever have like for women, for girls, they were like Polly Pockets. You open up a little house, and there were tiny little people.
I
in it.
remember
Just
those,
imagine,
yeah.
like little V in his tiny little apartment. You just move him from like his
at-
computer to record his.
That's just like Sylvanian families, but they're all gypsies.
Why does Little V sound like Mickey Mouse?
It's cute as fuck.
Welcome to Disneyland, Romania. Nothing works.
Romania. I live inside a clamshell.
Do not go on any of the rides. All the metal has been.
It's very dangerous.
It
We
is
have
radioactive.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
So, Bill, it's 2,000 pounds. Do I need to roll attack on the ground?
Yeah, so you are swinging a short ton of iron directly into the floor.
Yep.
Okay, roll to hit, please, and that will determine. Or roll a strength check, and that will determine the amount of difficult terrain you create.
So 1d20 plus 8 in this case. Unless, sorry, it's, I think, plus 8 or plus 10, not sure. Well, let's see. 11.
No, you can cause a respectable, like, little over, just under 10 feet of difficult terrain, so, I'll just, oh, fuck, that was on free draw for some reason? There we go, that's difficult terrain.
And I'm just going to take the hammer back up and just give him like Bruce Lee does with the hand, like come over here. Basically, taunt him.
I know
Literally.
good music for this.
Oof.
Okay. Udex, how would you like to respond to that? Just visibly.
You shall just shrug and attempt to strike at her with his.
Could you describe the blade momentarily before as it swings? Give us a good mental close-up.
It was too large to be considered a sword, more like a slab of steel.
It's an I-beam on a stick.
Nira will lose in.
I shall
So
make
you
I shall make a cold shot to the head, doing non-lethal damage.
Nira will use immediate action to cast a stone shield and create +4 AC block of stone in the road. Basically here.
So as you are lurching forward with the sword, she summons a basically a stone wall between you and her.
Ah. In that case, I shall attempt to sunder the stone wall.
Let me just check what is the fucking.
If it's an immediate action,
Yes,
it
it's,
doesn't have any counter.
Oh yeah.
It has a hardness of 8 and 15 H points, and I also have a +2 reflex and +4 AC from the wall.
But what happens if you do non-lethal damage on a wall?
In this case, because the target has changed and the spacing is changed, the actual damage type will change. That should be slightly less effective due to the fact it's not hitting with the right percussion point.
What's the
However-
culture after all?
Okay, roll your damage, please, Udex.
All right.
Oh yeah, I forgot this thing has reach.
Can he reach over the 10 feet of terrain?
Hey, Udex, what is your reach?
My natural reach is 10 foot, and well, my total reach is 20.
Okay. As with one immense sweep of that very sharpened slab of iron, it renders the stone wall down to dust.
Do we get a reflex save on this? Or like,
Oh, don't worry. It just rather than hitting you, striking you, what it does is it reduces your wall to shrapnel, although not enough to cause injury. Enough to cause some discomfort. Udex, would you like to roll a what's called a blood-stained intimidate?
Sure.
by the way, is Udex's eye revealed or they're behind the crystal?
Come again?
Are Udex's eyes behind the crystal, like in the picture?
They are just part of the sort of bronze construction.
This one.
Nero, you find yourself on the psychological back foot all of a sudden. You'll be taking a -2 as you are now shaken.
You see, I cannot like resist that or something.
That will alleviate after a round or two.
A round of two. Okay. My turn.
Any other actions you do? Good. Nero,
Sorry, is it his turn or mine?
your own.
My own. Well, as the dust settles, Nero is going to try Mage Hand the dust and send it spiraling onto his eyes to blind him.
Fucking sir. Roll me a CM. It would really be CM. Sleight of hand check, please.
Sleight of hand. My sleight of hand. Shit. Unless I can use.
Or you may use CMB at your preference.
CMB plus what?
That's your CMB plus 1d20.
Yes, CMB is much better. It's 12. Ooh.
Oh damn. Udex, you find yourself unable to see as dust is clogging your, well, what passes for eyes.
Oh boy.
Just seeing this living engine of destruction with that exact voice.
Okay, what I'm going to do for next? Can I Nero like take 10 steps back and then starts charging? So on the next turn she's like rushing at him with the hammer after casting the spell, because I still have the move.
Oh, yeah, you still have a move action, so yeah, that's
Actually, the effect of being blinded is delayed. For 1 round.
Ah, yes, I forgot you have that effect.
Can I see that? Do I have to roll perception to see if he's blinded?
Yeah, roll me a sense motive.
Sense motive. It's also shit. Oh yeah, it's just a wisdom roll, and it's shit. Oh no. Well, I think he's blinded.
It's a mental effect, so it doesn't qualify for the chart, sadly. Waste of a
But yeah.
one.
But yeah, I think he's bad. So on next turn, I think I'm going to charge him.
Okay. Udex.
Right. Udex shall just make a regular attack.
I think I'm out of reach now.
I have 20-foot reach. Oh wait, yeah, you are. Never mind.
Come closer over the difficult terrain, full of dust and sneezing powder.
In that case, Udex shall charge you.
Do we get attack of opportunity or something? No.
Keep in mind, difficult terrain counts as double the distance for the purposes of what you actually are allowed to move.
Alright. And I shall move over here. To make my attack.
Okay.
So he attacks.
Okay, Nero, what's your AC?
Currently, AC it's not very good. It's 19.
Okay, and just check, Udex, the delay effect means that it kicks in at her next turn?
On my next turn, allowing me, or at the end of my next, or this turn actually.
End of this turn, it kicks in.
Yes, and so as a free action, I stop berserking.
Okay. Okay, that will hit. As smug from from your mind, the complete success of your technique, Ignira, you dodge back, you leap backwards, give yourself a good run up for the attack, when suddenly a small building that's worth of metal lurches out of the dust.
Don't
cover of your own attack.
Don't they have attack opportunity or something? No.
Unfortunately, no. He hasn't actually. His reach is so far longer than yours that he can actually strike you before he gets into your reach. Times like these, I'm really glad I suggested you take that one feat that prevents bad things happening. Yeah. Golden Leap stroke, folks.
I don't have like immediate action to fucking. Well,
you do have an immediate action.
Yeah.
You may wish to use it.
Yeah. Can I cast another stone shield as he just smashes? Because I have more level 1 spells I can use.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
As you literally conjure the wall up, as the sword breaches through its space.
Oh yeah, any excess damage is transferred over to the user, so that would be Nero.
Actually, can I raise a stone shield at the exact moment as he's about to step, so he just trips over?
You know what? You may. That's a clever use of the technique. Could you roll me a CMB check? That actually, no. I'll be fair. That's technically a trip. That's not really a trip attempt. That is more of a tripping over something. So that would be a reflex save on part of Udex.
Can I say the spell level of this thing? Maybe he has to overcome that or something.
Yeah, I'll make a reflex save versus the spell level of
okay,
level
so
1, correct?
It's
1 plus
level
you.
It's +2 to caster can spell defensively because it's elven.
Oh, that's defensive casting. That's a separate thing. But
I
what
think
will be
this is pretty much defensive casting. This is the most defensive.
You know what? I occasionally enjoy a creative use of the terminology. I'll allow it. So it'll be 10 plus your casting stat, which is charisma.
No, it's constitution. No, it's constitution.
What's your con mod?
+3.
13 plus level. 14 plus 2 from defensive casting. 16.
Yeah,
So DC 16 reflex save, please, Udex. Please roll this in the open, just for transparency.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll do. As Udex steps over the short wall that you've brought up at his shins.
Well,
It does stop his step, but unfortunately he has about 10 foot of extra reach in excess in order to strike you with his sword. And it's not really like being struck, it's more like it just pushes you to the floor and pins you. Have you had one of those moments where your whole life flashes before your eyes? Because you have now.
Is this technically combat over, or does Ulex seems like he wants to continue? I mean, under the rules of combat.
If you yield.
Let's put it this way.
Well, actually,
Nira, at this current place and time, the sword that is currently pinning you to the floor feels heavier than heavy debts.
Give up, man. We gotta go to bed.
Heavy
We
gets
need to
it's
get
heavy.
back.
It's in the
Well,
name.
we've got a lot of shit to do tomorrow. We got to fucking
That's
take.
true. That's
We're
true.
not
I'm gonna
taking-
sell some shit.
Oh
we
yeah,
need fucking
when,
take-
when
we
I,
need-
Udex, you've had enough fun for the evening. Don't spoil your dinner.
Very well.
I just wanted a quick arm wrestle, no fucking prolonged fucking duel of the fate. Allahu Akbar.
Nira will attempt just one last push against the sword and call it night if Ulex. So can I roll one last weightlifting check?
Oh yeah, sure.
Again, in the open, because it is a battle of strengths.
It is a mighty heavy sword.
As you're pushed to the floor.
Okay, now roll 20 just being unreasonable. This is not fair. This is horseshit.
Good time. Oh, no,
Yeah.
could you roll me a perception check, please?
Sure. I believe my perception is 7. Oh no, wait, 6. Wait. 18. I think I'm alright no matter what, anyway.
Okay. As you're standing there, Jeff leans over and just whispers, "Don't trust anyone." Leans back.
Ominous.
wait, Jeff?
Jeff.
All right.
Okay. I pet Jeff's mane reassuringly. And I give him a nod and then basically say, you know, Jeff, when we get back to town, I'm going to get you some fancy brushes for your mane and shit like that, and it's going to be awesome, and we'll both have the best hair in the village. It's going to be great.
Excellent.
I pick up the brush I already have from the animal cart and give it to Talk. Here, Talk, it's yours. It is a fine brush for my horse back when he was alive.
Cold cut to somewhere in a peat bog where there's just a crater with the remains of a holes in it.
I'm gonna go up to Regave a second, and I'm gonna get my my pack, and I'm gonna bend over while looking away from those two, and I'm gonna pretend I'm rummaging for it as I lean towards. I'm looking just directly ahead because I know Regave's got sensitive dog hearing, and so I'll basically be like, Jeff says, don't trust them.
Jeff said what?
Don't trust them. We should keep on guard.
All right. Understood. A unicorn is advice from a unicorn is something we should certainly heed. That's a
Well,
phrase I never thought I'd say.
Yeah, you know, it's like you're a paladin. You know, people would trust what you say. You're about
Hey.
goodness and stuff.
Oh,
So,
he's
you know,
got unicorns are very wise and very charismatic. So
look, I mean, and we just look over to Jeff, and Jeff is there, and like, his aura is blaring so much we can hear his theme music. he's the most beautiful thing anybody ever. Right, well, we're gonna head to bed for the night. Whatever. What are you two doing?
I'll just
Don't
be
worry.
standing here.
Don't worry, sir. I shall be sleeping, but my good friend Index here will be keeping guard.
That's fine. I think we're still going to keep with our guard patterns that we had anyway, just to help out. It would be rude to have you here as guests.
Don't
watching it
worry,
from myself.
I don't need sleep.
No, I insist. Like my mum taught me manners. You know, you all agree, right, guys?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Besides,
unanimous.
it's a good habit.
Very well.
Do you want some tea or whatever? We brewed up some stuff. I'd imagine.
Sure.
We have tea and coffee.
He just kind of trods over.
Bobby is brought along for the ride.
I use lunge and reach up with a cup for Bobby, and I just hand what's left in the pot into the hand of Gunja.
Oh, thank you.
All right, who's turn
Nice
on
to-
watch?
I'll take
I
the
think-
I'll take the first watch. You guys get your rest in. Besides, I need to meditate anyway.
Okie dokie.
Okay, wake me up. I'll take one of the. I'll take.
Oh, we've had a donation.
What?
Ooh.
What?
Cradle gives $5 and says, all of the Irish are guilty. I mean, they're Irish. Using the wrong there, by the way. I'm going to call that out. I mean, they're Irish. What more evidence do you need?
I mean, true that though. Like he's not
Yeah.
wrong.
Up arrow, to be honest.
Yeah, people don't
Like
like
I'm a
the
Nazi
Irish.
tendencies aside.
I love all peoples of every nationality
Oh,
except the French.
I just love
The
the way this-
artwork of Udex is fucking phenomenal.
I just love what jumping at each other
It's
with
beautiful.
weapons. Wow,
He-
none
he-
of us were using our weapons.
Hey, it looks better. Fuck you.
I know.
Yeah, look. Have you seen the big letters in the background?
No homo.
This is just like, start a predator with a big muscly arms. That's what I do.
Devon,
Flip it upside
you
down.
son of a
it's
bitch.
A woe on.
Dylan, not Devon.
I can't remember shit.
When Mud tries to do that, he needs to use his entire body as an arm. Even then, it doesn't go too much. Yeah, guys, let's skip to the morning or whatever. Provide another. However you want to go about doing that while we all take our shifts. Bill, if you want to progress for that as quick as possible.
Oh, certainly if you deserve.
Yeah, I just want to. While Nira takes her shift, also watching, she will read the books she had to discover. Is there some way to fuck up magical scrying and judges following you around and shit like that?
The cheapest method of defeating a scrying attempt is lead. Lead defeats scrying, full stop. However, from a more practical standpoint, there are a number of spells. And, first of all, you must check if you are being scryed upon. You can check if there is a scrying sensor. There is an actual way to perceive someone's attempt to remotely look at you, and
I
from
just
there
love-
it can be dispelled.
I just love fucking as lead pause, and then the party died of lead poisoning 2 weeks later.
Basically, what she wants to do, she wants to find something, not just to block it. She wants to backfire it with the fucking Sakil blood and Sakil bone and other Sakil stuff.
You know there is an amulet that people have made in the past, which is called, and I'll just double check the name because I'm forever forgetting the name of this damnable thing. One moment, talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, I'm meditating. I can't talk. I'm focusing. I'm also choosing what spells I want.
Trying to imagine what meditating to Kyrgyz sounds like.
No. No, it's just the eye of the tiger on repeat.
It's just a training. Unironically, some people have training montages as their.
Cool. Running upstairs, running downstairs.
Make sure you ask Udex before you use Misters.
Alright, so how do we go about this? We're just going to go through everybody that's currently on guard and then perception checks, or we just skip?
Yes, please. I'll let you know if you see anything.
I believe it was Monkey and Goblin that were up first, yeah?
Yep.
You two were standing guard first, perception.
Sure. What? Just want to roll perception.
Here we go.
Oh, Harambe, pull your weight. Fucking bitch, sleeping on the job.
Harambe. Aiden. Yo.
Aiden?
Yeet.
Could you roll me a perception check, please?
Oh shit, sorry.
Your shift.
Oh, I'm gonna wait for a second.
Okay,
I wasn't doing anything.
That you literally fell asleep at the shift, even with buckets of coffee.
No, I wasn't doing anything for a while, so I looked away. To be completely honest, I was finishing writing a video. I had to read like 3 more papers, and I had to.
Nobody cares, Aiden.
I know. But I rolled a doo.
She actually rolled the best out of anyone.
Now suck my dick. Suck my banana.
Okay. Degeneracy aside.
Do you like your bananas peeled or unpeeled?
Oh,
I said degeneracy aside.
We could discuss, the benefits and pros and cons of peeled versus unpeeled bananas.
The finer points of the Banana Man. Who remembers Banana Man? Just a question.
I remember
that shit.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Okay, did they spot anything?
Okay. The only person who spotted anything is actually Jingji.
Fuck yeah.
As you notice something in the grass, there is a tiny fleck of what appears to be glass.
Oh shit, it's expanding.
Right about what time is it now?
It's at this point it's getting to about 2 to 3 a.m. But what brings your attention? Beside the glass, there is a little piece of dirt that's been pressed flat. The turf's been ripped free. Something's been buried here. Something small.
Aiden, what do you do with this information?
Well, I don't know. I guess
This is literally IR baboon.
You could ask around with the other people that are awake, wake people up.
Well, who's
investigate?
Isn't everyone asleep though?
You and Mud are up. You would have known this if you were paying attention.
Sorry, I'm sorry again. Like, dude, I wasn't involved in anything, so I looked away for a couple minutes. Fuck. Okay, Mud's awake. Okay, so I will relay this information to Mud then.
Dig it.
I have no idea what to do about it though.
I like how we left the 2 chronic thieves alone on one shift together.
That's true.
Mud is not a thief.
Not on my level, but he's capable of doing it if he wanted to.
I take great offence to that. I've never been caught being thieving. Right, I take pride in that.
This
In my
entire time,
stealth.
this entire
Okay,
time, the
dig the
clown
hole.
has just been staring into the fire.
The clown has been
It's
there
a
this
thing.
entire time and has not moved.
Mud is just like a petty criminal.
Well, we're all petty criminals. Come on, let's get real.
He ate babies.
Look, all I'm saying.
Not
That's
everyone
true.
knows that.
That's true.
The mothers couldn't afford to keep the kids. Look, it's not my fault. Look, I just.
It's
do
just a
what-
modest
I do
proposal.
what I do, right? So the second thing is dig the fucking hole.
Okay, dig the hole then.
There is a shovel on the
I'll
cart.
dig it. Okay.
It's an old shovel, but it can be used to dig simple
Right.
holes.
Okay, I'll dig the hole then. What do I need to roll for that?
It doesn't require anything. It's very shallow.
Okay.
After
I'll-
a tiny bit of digging, it produces what appears to be a bottle, an apothecary's bottle. It's been stoppered and sealed with wax.
Does it
And
have
you
any-
notice that
Sorry. go ahead.
there is a note attached that's wound around it like a scroll, and the little fleck of blue glass is in fact something akin to a little trinket just tied around the neck of it and left, almost like it was a marker to show where it was.
Okay, whatever you do, don't put your hand inside of the jar. I've learned that it's not necessarily the best way to go about it.
Mud, you don't know what you found. You're just watching her. I don't think.
No, I'm giving that as genuine advice.
Well, I know, but I just kind of want to see what Aiden does to fuck herself.
Oh, I'm gonna
Well,
watch
I
as well. I'm not
mean-
gonna help her.
I mean, I kind of just want to drink it because that might be interesting. Wait, do I know anything precisely about the note that might give me more information about what the contents are?
The note is round around so that the actual label is facing inward. This is
Also, by
not
the way,
unheard of with some apothecary bottles, but it's still a
I've
bit
been meaning to say
unusual.
this for a
Can I
while.
see it from the other side then? Like, can I
you
hold
fix-
it?
No, it is completely opaque. It is a fairly high quality paper, though.
Turn
Dead
myself
side.
into a teenager. I'm tiny
Okay.
fuck.
Let me uncork it. I'm gonna uncork it and try to smell it. And what would that be? Perception, I guess, to see if I have an idea.
Yes.
Okay.
Make me big, please.
Excuse me.
No, you remain a tiny man.
Look at the map. Look at all our party members.
No,
One of
make
these
it-
things is like the other.
Let him remain a tiny man.
There we go. I did not be said that I wasn't merciful.
Mulch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Thok Shapiro aside. Okay. The odor's a strange mix of things. It's like the seaside, it's like cinnamon, it's like odd odor of cloves, as in the flower.
Does it smell alcoholic?
Very potently so. It is clear that alcohol was the base element of this. The actual solvent that everything else was dissolved in.
Like a good party.
It smells. It smells like a bottle of whiskey. No, sorry. It smells like a bottle of gin at the seaside.
Excellent. I'll take a shot of it.
It's a fairly hefty bottle, so there's about 3 doses in it.
Brilliant.
Yes,
Brilliant.
yes, I think it's a really good idea. Excuse you, I haven't had a drink in so goddamn long. We've been out in this fucking abysmal forest. I'm going to have a goddamn
Well,
drink.
while you're
I
at
haven't
it,
found in
while
the
you're at it,
ground.
when you take a bit of that glass that's growing at the ground, crunch it up and snort a big old line at it as well while you're
Why
at
don't
it.
you do that?
As
Honestly.
it's thick like syrup. It's almost
Yeah.
it's something you'd actually put into another drink, perhaps something akin to like grenadine almost. And it's like in your throat.
Oh,
Like this is, the burn is very subtle. This is clearly a very aged drink, but the alcohol is definitely there. And as it sinks down your throat, there's kind of a very slight prickling just in the sides of your skin. And then there's there's a mild wave, like you get, it's like feeling intoxication all at once, and then it flows through you and it's gone.
Oh, it's like salvia, where you get drunk for like 5 seconds, or you get fucking stoned for like 5 seconds, and then like it fucking goes away. Fuck.
And then there's like this bizarre aftertaste. It's like heavy saline taste. Like it tastes like it tastes like having a head cold almost. It's hard to tell what it did, but it was like something distinctly odd about it. The perception check lets you know that it was definitely something alcoholic, it was definitely something quite potent, and it was definitely something magical.
Okay. Can I tell that there are any effects of this outside of just being temporarily drunk?
Roll me a perception check, please.
No, you're permanently drunk now.
It's the exact same goddamn thing.
Okay. Just doing your usual checks, like no strange taste in the mouth, no blurring of vision. You're not going blind at all. You can still hear anything. You can still feel your fingertips.
Look yourself in the mirror. Do you look like a chicken?
Yeah, I'm wondering if I randomly now changed to another type of monkey or something.
Today?
No.
Yeah, what
Checking
am
the
I?
mirror, you notice that there's like patches where your fur's worn away a little bit in your neck
God damn.
and behind your ears.
It's crocodile. It's fucking crocodile.
Crocodile!
No.
Epic.
Congratulations, Jingxi. You're the proud owner of a set of secondary gills.
Yes!
Literal
You
fish
may-
nigger.
You may now breathe. You may now breathe underwater.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah!
Frankie Boyle's fucking mermaid story.
I'm
When,
no,
he
like,
when his
my
granddad
character's
used to make
going
him
through
fuck
more
the
goddamn
mermaid.
Fucking transformations.
essence of wet.
You're the main lead of that monkey, Johnny.
Oh,
The thing is, okay, do I get any benefits to my swim? Because my swim is already really high.
You are completely immune to drowning. Yeah.
I guess that's right, right?
That's the
You don't need to be
benefit.
good at swimming. You can just not
Okay,
drown.
so I'm perfect in the trees and in the ocean. Great. This is really good. I don't see any downside
Test
to
it by
this.
drowning yourself.
Well, I don't think good. Yeah.
I
yeah,
have
joke's
gills and
on
I must
you.
drown.
Joke's on you. I can't.
Well, I mean, the joke would be if your lungs disappeared and your gills took its place.
Oh, that would be awful. Wait, I still have lungs, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay,
You
thank God.
Though
Alright.
that aftertaste is really gnarly.
Uh-huh.
It tastes like, have you ever had a really, really bad head cold? Like when it feels like your entire brain's exploding out your skull, and you're just a fucking mess. I've had
Oh
those.
yeah.
It's like those. It tastes like that.
Can I perceive any other negative effects outside of that, though?
Do you feel like a fish out of water?
I feel.
This-
yeah.
That is deeply hurtful, Rags.
A
I will
monkey
be
out of the
speaking-
jungle,
I will
is that
speaking-
what you're saying?
I will be speaking to the Southern Poverty Law Centre. Oh, goodness.
More like the south.
I'd laugh if she couldn't breathe air anymore.
Yeah, that's what we already joked about.
She has to
There's
really
still
like
2
fucking
more doses.
Wear an upside down fishbowl.
Yes, like
Like
yeah,
SpongeBob.
Sandy and SpongeBob. Or when they had to wear the fish bowls on their heads, yeah.
Alright, well, other than this retardation, does anything else happen during their time?
I'm just gonna take the bottle with me.
Okay. Are you checking anything else about it?
Checking anything else about it. Oh, now that I've taken a sip of it, can I see anything more about the label on the inside?
Oh, yeah. On the inside, it just has a simple scrawling in a vibrant cyan and magenta ink. And it just has the word
Oh,
Is that the ancient fish nigger for don't drink this, you die?
Well, I mean, I didn't die, so I'll just keep it, I guess.
Yet.
If I turn into a fucking fish N-word,
Is the bottle empty or is there like more
Oh,
doses left in
I
that?
only take a shot. I only take a shot.
There's 2 doses left. If you want to try and dilute it, you can attempt to.
You want some? You want to become a fish N-word too?
Hell yeah.
You want some of this shit? Pass it
Yeah, I
around.
want some of that shit.
Save it.
Here
Save
you
it
go.
for the
Maybe
morning.
maybe
Save
you
it.
should wait.
Save it for the morning.
Yeah, maybe you should wait until you see if it has any negative long-term effects before you also subject yourself to it.
Do you look
Also
at how
see
much
if
I
it's
care about?
valuable. How about
I'm
we
talking
take
to
it
Nira.
That's a
and
good point.
ask him what
I'm
he
talking
thinks?
to Nira.
I'm more interested in the value. That's true. Never mind, Nira. I'm gonna keep this with me and see if it's worth anything before I pass this bottle around. Sorry.
Alright,
Okay.
Are they two done? Are they two done with their night segment? Am I getting woke up?
Yeah, I'm good.
Bill?
Yes, indeed. Oh, one last thing. The gem on the little lanyard. It's a very pretty cut little stone.
Yeah.
That's it. Just a very pretty little stone.
Oh.
Also,
this was,
for
this was the
Near's
one that had the
information,
crystal on it.
yes, a little almost. If you, it's like something you'd hang on a keychain almost. It's just a
Alright, well,
nicely cut little gem. On the subject of the one thing that was looked up earlier, Nira, there is an amulet by the name of the Death Glance Locket, which is it's made from a 1-inch tiger eye gemstone on a gold chain. And what it allows is you get a +2 to notice people trying to scry on you, and once per day on command, if you notice someone is scrying on you, you can target them with an effect, with the Death Glance effect. What that is the person who is scrying on you must make a will save or immediately take 10d6 damage.
Whoa.
So what you're saying is, if at first they don't succeed, scry again.
What I'm saying is, curiosity can definitely kill some people very, very, very efficiently.
Is this the item I have to find, or the item
You can try
I can craft
it.
Yeah.
You know the rudimentary parts, the tiger eye gemstone, the gold chain, and you know a few other little bits and pieces about it. But a little bit of research, you can make one fairly easily. It's not an expensive piece of kit. It retails for just under 4,000 gold pieces. It's retail. Some very high up society people like the Calavasto family were very fond of those back in the day. Though it's not something you should necessarily flaunt, as not many people enjoy mopping the remains of their diviner off the floor.
So that's the retail price. If I crafted it, I think it's half that.
Half, yes. About 2,000 gold pieces.
Well, I wake up. Sorry, Rags, you might say something.
Well, before we get everything all settled and stuff, I suppose. So it's like morning now, or it's about to be morning.
Yeah, it's about the moon is falling behind the horizon, and the sun is just about to come up.
All right. I'm going to go. Is Jeff asleep right now?
Jeff is currently asleep. Yes.
All right, then I'll wait till later.
He is currently asleep on his back, legs up in the air, as he did when he was a normal horse.
What I want to clarify is, okay, so Mud and Aiden just woke me up, right? Did they tell me about the glass?
The glass.
What glass?
Bottle?
No, not the fucking fact that next to where you've dug up the bottle, you fucking capitalists, there was fucking glass growing out the ground. You remember the forest full of glass aids and nightmare shit?
Yes,
Remember
and it's
that?
all over the goddamn place.
Yes, but it wasn't here before. We never noticed it out here before. Do you mention this to me that you noticed it? Because we never
Okay, but
noticed it.
I still thought we were sort of like on the edges of the forest, so wouldn't have found it unusual.
Did you or did you not mention it?
I wouldn't have thought to because of that reason. I probably
Fair enough.
wouldn't have.
Mud, did you mention it?
I don't even know if I technically saw it, to be honest.
Okay, so I have no idea about the glass. Alright, well, I get up. What time is it, Bill?
It's getting towards dawn. It's about 7 o'clock.
Alright, in that case, well, I'm gonna let since I don't think there's any immediate things to worry about, I'm gonna let the other people sleep for now, and I'm just gonna sit with Jeff and keep watch with him.
He's asleep.
Is Jeff asleep?
He's not keeping watch. He's doing the opposite.
Alright, well, in that case, I'll give Regave a shove with my boot. Regave!
Yes. What is it, Doc? Is something the matter?
It's time for me and you to keep watch.
The time is
Well,
coming, so am I.
Well, it looks like it's almost dawn anyway, so this should round out the night. Thok, by the way, since we now have some, I guess, even more custodians taking watch over us and everything, this is an excellent opportunity to further get into good graces with people. try your very, very hardest to be on your best behavior, especially now around these two, because
I got it, man. I have a plan for what I want us to do.
Yeah.
My plan is we're gonna go back. We're gonna go to Vicinity. We're gonna hand off Jeff. We're gonna sell what bits of unicorn we can.
Well, when you say hand off Jeff, what do you mean? Just to be sure, when you say hand off Jeff, what exactly do you mean?
What, isn't Jeff Spider Guy?
No, it's Jeff is your horse.
Oh fuck!
What are you?
Oh god!
Jeff.
Early on.
Oh my god!
What? You forgot the name of your own unicorn. I
who
can't
wished
believe
him.
Jeff sits up and is visibly upset.
Yeah, I'm
Look,
upset. I'm not even Jeff.
Genuinely, Jeff, read my mind. I caress him by the neck. Fucking, let Jeff, read my mind. It was a brain fart.
I like how he snuck in. I caress him by the neck. In there.
No, I hold him by his big, strong unicorn neck, and what's it called? I straight up tell him, "Let fucking
Stroke his
it was a
horn
brain
to
fart,
let him
Jeff.
know.
You know I love you. I wish you back here.
Stroke
I
it
fought that
sensually.
beast for you. You know I love you, Jeff. Your name is Jeff Unicron. You my boy. You my boy, Jeff.
Stroke his horn.
You sound like
I touch my forehead to his horn.
you sound like an
He casts
abusive
remove fear on
husband.
you.
You know I love you. I didn't mean to hit you that hard.
My hands are up. I'm like,
He
sorry.
can't. He actively removes your fear from your body.
What?
He casts remove fear on you as you do that.
I'm sorry. Fucking abusive husband. Fuck you. What? Because I had a brain fart and got confused.
No, but the way you're dealing with it is so extreme.
I've been wanting a unicorn all my life. All you've known since being there is like this chubby fucking retarded ogre grey boy sitting drawing pictures of unicorns and fucking sitting there.
Oh, is that what you're trying to draw?
oh my god, is this? Are you Brie Larson?
A rubber squeaky
Oh, that's
skull.
harsh. That's
That's the
real, that's
harshest
harsh.
thing I've ever heard.
It's
Look, I just wanted a unicorn friend. I didn't
Oh my
want
god, it's
fucking-
the unicorn store, but actually good.
Yep. Yep.
Oh yes, it is. It actually is the unicorn store.
Thok is Kit.
I thought I was
I don't
special
like-
because he
I
fucking.
don't-
A potentially
You are-
developmentally challenged young person who draws unicorns and imagines them throughout his entire childhood.
Let's be honest. That does kind of describe Thok. He is a child
Look,
that looks like an adult.
Shut
Just
up,
like Brie
fucking-
Larson is
You know
an
what, I might
it
be a
looks like an
child, but I'm
adult,
more mentally
but it's a
collected
brain
than you,
child.
You goddamn monkey gook.
You fucking
To
whoa,
be fair,
whoa!
it
Why am
does
I
have
a
that.
goop now? Excuse you.
You live in the
Pardon
trees.
you.
The mental image of Thanos like holding Captain Marvel by the face and just looking up to the Avengers. I cannot kill her. She has the mind of a child. Like something out of Thunderdome.
No, in any case, but yeah, fucking. So yeah, basically my plan is we go back, we hand off Spider Boy to Facility is the one.
Speaking of Spider Boy, I go to
and
Spider Boy,
Antoine.
look at him and say, "Hey, good morning. You're Jeff now."
And what's got shut up? What's it got? And then we're gonna sell what's left to fucking the unicorn. I did not use the heart, by the way. I want to make that very clear. Go back and watch that episode.
We got you.
The
We got
heart
the
was
heart.
not used. Yeah. So basically, we
Hearts.
have an entire dead unicorn up minus horn and blood and shit like that. And we're gonna go back to Facility. We're gonna sell shit. We're gonna pay off my debt, and then I reckon while we lay low, we go back to my mum's house after we pay off the bird debt. We basically spend whatever excess money we have on fucking upgrading our shit or buying shit around town or whatever if we can.
I think that you
And
have a debt that you have to pay off.
Yes.
I just said after I pay the debt.
Well, maybe you want to pay that debt in installments. That's the thing, a little at a time. Just keep that in mind.
I don't think that's a good idea because again, remember, I don't remember the circumstances of what happened tonight, and the less interactions I have with that guy, the better.
All right.
I'm basically just going to give the money
as soon as you can. But if
I'm-
just whatever you
I'm
need
going
to do.
I'm going to give the money to my mother because remember she was the one who sent the invoice.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing stuff. And then I reckon for the 2 weeks until the trial and whatnot, we do some training around my mum's manor and estate.
I think
Training with Jeff and we basically get our health bulked up to what it should be, or at least closer to what it should be. I reckon.
Oh, speaking of which, I haven't actually rolled health for my level. I'm rolling health right now. I'm still at 21. I got to roll a 1d10.
21.
Fuck, here we go. Fucking hell.
Roll
What?
max. Come on.
wait.
Come on.
I was about to say, oh well, that's actually alright for you, Rags, and then I realised it was Shinjiro. All the more
I'm
reason.
level 5 with 24 hit points as a paladin.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I think for the 2 weeks as well, anybody that wants to do it, I think we should train under Jeff and go running with him and shit like that.
Well, I mean, that was one of my plans. I mean, he's extremely charismatic and he's super good. So
He's a higher level than us, isn't he, Bill?
As his species, yes. He is higher CL than you, so he can train you. Though that said, the combination of a horse and a dog is a good way to give the goblin in the party a fucking heart palpitation.
I don't understand.
Goblins are definitely afraid of horses and inherently have like a racial dislike for dogs.
What a terrible species. Well, I guess he can do something
That's racism.
else. He can do something.
But
No,
it's
but
literally a thing that dogs and horses trigger a goblin's fight response.
Nobody
by,
here knows that Mud is a goblin, except
Well, no, then
maybe
that's good. Then they cancel out. Because if a goblin sees both a horse and a dog, he'll want to both fight and fly, which means they'll just cancel each other out and he'll be normal.
when he's in the presence
projectile.
of Jeff, it just
But if
mentally
we
shuts
but
down.
if we split up, then we're gonna have problems. So that's just even more reasons for me to hang out with Jeff.
Yeah, so
Also,
like, yeah,
Jeff-
There is
I
logic in what he said.
basically, I reckon we should have 2 downtime, where we train with Jeff while also
It depends how much time does it take us to get to court. How
Next
much is?
thing.
Well,
we're gonna get teleported. Yeah, and yeah,
next
so
up.
all right. Let's everybody get up. It's morning time.
Okie dokie, let me just find my daytime town page. Doo-doo.
Yeah, have you used the fucking the ooze
Hey,
boy
Dan.
Vaseline gave us to pull the card back, so we don't have to fucking
Yep.
lug
Oh, I forgot the
everything?
cube. Okay, after a very steady, though somewhat slower than usual, but much smoother ride than your average horse will give you, and
it's very
with
nice
the
to
added
have
bonus
that.
of having Udex walk behind the cart and push it over any kind of major obstacles, or lift it over most obstacles, you
Man,
find yourself
we're
at
all
an
with us. Sorry.
eerily quiet town.
Oh, everyone's dead.
Roll
Also,
perception.
Also, you know the clown is gone.
Oh, that's good.
Perception.
Perception.
Now this is the town that we came from, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
this
it is.
All right.
Mhm.
All right.
This
What is
Oak
the name
Gate.
of this town, by the way?
Oak Gate. Thus named
Gate.
for its Oak Gate.
Wait. Wait. They made like the town and the gate, and then gave it a name.
Oh yeah, it's a planned community. It was built
Oh.
for as land given to ex-soldiers for pensions. There's no one standing guard.
And the
And
gate
all-
is open.
Gate is open.
Hmm.
Portcullis has actually been risen up.
At this time of day?
Yeah.
This part of the country. Look at exclusively.
Everybody look around. What the fuck?
Well,
Right,
why would
so-
this be? I mean, it wouldn't be unusual that the gate is up. It's done. It's a town. It's the default setting is that it's up.
Yeah, but
So-
it would be guarded. Is the core issue?
Yeah, there would be guys in the post. And of course, me and Mud would know that. Without
mean,
even rolling
well-
for it, we know the guards would be there.
Well,
What you
I
find?
know you learned.
Any other rock perception rolls before we go forward?
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
I
and,
roll detect magic. Will you detect magic?
There is your detect magic flags up a few crackling shards embedded in a wall.
Ask Jeff if he can tell if something's up.
Wait, crackling.
You should.
He's-
Sorry, Bill.
There are a number of bluish magenta shards of crystal embedded in a wall, beside which are a smattering of blood-smeared crossbow bolts. Normally, it's been fairly easy to find, but it seems that whoever moved through here moved through at enough speed to hurl furniture aside. In some cases, the large, like partly large hardwood table made of teak that used to be here has been smashed to splinters.
Ask Jeff for his counsel.
Point him around.
Before anything, can you just take a moment to appreciate some of the art? Appreciate some of the art.
Oh, certainly. That's where the artwork keep. The artwork of Little Thok is adorable.
Yes, it's so cute.
Look, he's got his feety pajamas on.
His unicorn onesie.
The skull is tiny too.
The skull, yeah, that's why. Like the skull should be like the size of him. He should be inside the skull, like a treehouse.
and look at his drawing. It's in unicorn impaling a man, and there is like red blood everywhere.
Wait, that implies that his dad left like when he was really young.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, Jeff.
I've never met
And
my
that,
dad.
and,
You never
and
met
that
him.
he has been given a selection of different skulls to grow into. Or one skull that is being magically manipulated in size.
Like a
Or
We
fucking
don't address that.
snail
We
where
don't
he
address
has.
that.
Do you have to
That's,
molt it like a snail or something? Where you have to like
Or-
grow out of it.
Another
shit
thing
in the
is,
skull?
that skull has been damaged before, and yet the skull seems to be fine all the time.
it is at the point. Your mother, you never saw the skull get changed. Your mother always said that it was magical. And that it always grew with you. And you're not even sure about that, because it's not flagging on Detect Magic, but it's always been comfortable and it's always been fixed whenever it's been cracked.
It's just his head's really small,
Imagine
isn't it?
every
Really
time
tiny.
you damage it or grow, she has to go out and kill some beast and take off its head.
She has to go
It's
kill a
magical.
suitably sized babby mammoth. Murder it, cut its head off, boil its boil the flesh and blood and bone and goddamn brains out of it.
That explains
Bring it
the
back
slave
and secure it and place it back on your gigantic malformed noggin before you wake up.
I'm not malformed. Look, if fucking the
Yeah,
scale,
you are.
if the scale is shut your fucking monkey mouth, you fucking goddamn Ghostbusters.
I love how
ass
you
mate,
moved
bitch.
into it without a fucking second of hesitation. Just
Fucking bitch. Look, all right. So attractiveness, like fucking on the D20, basically 10 is like in between ogre and fucking elf, right? 1 would be fucking. I'd basically just look like an ogre. Fucking, I got a 10.
One is you look like a corrupt, like you know when you get the Shrek model and you put it through the corruptor a couple times.
Yeah.
So it's just a mass of angles and green flesh.
I rolled a 13. I look more elf than ogre. I just look like a super buff fucking elf with spiky teeth.
You look a Jaeger monster, basically. That's all.
So,
I look like a hot
you-
hog. Fuck you.
Also,
as we
there is the art
approach
of
town-
Aiden and Mud, and as well Nira and Hans character.
Again, I'd ask Jeff what his reaction to all this is. And also, I tell Jeff any sign or like big trouble for anything, run off into run off to the forest, whatever. I'll find you.
what?
Talking to Jeff, what does Jeff say to me?
So I don't know. He
He
might want to
sniffs
stay close by. We don't know where
shards.
this thing. We don't know where the threat is gone or if it's still here.
No, I'm talking about if it looks like we're going to lose, I want Jeff to run off and save himself.
It
and his-
followed
his
us.
line.
no, Jeff's
It
our friend. Well, he's at
followed
least your
us.
friend.
How did it follow us? We just got here.
What followed us, Jeff?
He sniffs at the ground some more. That thing from the forest tracked your route to the forest back here.
Could it have been the dude that took Tobias?
So
Nira just looks at Tok and says, "Tok, your
It's-
mom."
It will run over with its horn. It hurls aside the wreckage of the teak desk, and what's underneath it is a mask, a metal mask.
is it evil?
Is that
It is
the mask?
it is splattered with with blood that is shimmering that same cyan and magenta color.
Is this the mask from the sniper I butchered?
Yes.
I would
There are
have thought
crystals hanging from its frame.
It's him talk, and Nira immediately casts mage armor on herself.
Ragavi, how big is your detective range?
60-foot cone.
Foot cone? What are you detecting in the general direction of the town?
Well, where are we? Where are? I guess where we're standing on the map right now is a decent approximation of where we are to the gate.
Yes.
So,
where you found the remnants would have been just off the side, this little side base here. It used to be the guard hut. With that check, another thing you do find is in this little nook here, between the external guard, one of the old horsekeeper's chalet, and the actual walls themselves, you find a scattering of broken chainmail rings and a severed hand.
what species hand?
Human.
Was it?
Nira will load a spell onto the hammer.
It is sliced so neatly that it does not even seem natural.
Fucking
very thin rime of blue and magenta, almost like glass, like it's been shellacked.
Fucking Bobby and fucking Gungut, or fucking. You get any thoughts on all this? On all this shit here? Like this clearly
Udex, you
doesn't
have
seem
full emergency powers.
Well, that says enough.
Very well.
We need to get into town and see if it's still around or if there's anyone who needs help. That's what we need to do.
I'm gonna run into fucking town. Fucking, my friends live here.
I'll chase behind Thug.
Shall we take a turn to Tok's mom house to check that first?
Well,
I think that's a good call.
I've been wondering about that, but what side of the town are we on? Like, I mean, what
You'll
side
be
is
exiting from the
Mum's
left. Your mother's house is still undergoing repairs, so she's been living at the town.
No, I mean, if the town, I imagine the town is roughly sort of circular. Yeah.
Yeah, roughly circular.
Okay, roughly in the direction where is Mum's house? If it was a clock, and where are we?
Okay. You are entering via about 7
on
the clock. Your
And
mother's
where's Mum's
house. Your mother's staying at the tavern, which is near the centre.
Oh, fucking beeline it to the tavern! Fucking oh Jesus, we're already here.
Right.
Fucking
Listen,
Mum!
I'll go round the back. That's gonna be my plan.
Thought Mum was at the fucking house.
Not presently, no. She had moved in. She had moved into a room at the tavern temporarily in order to allow for repairs to the building.
I don't even give a fuck. I'm running right in there. I'll let nobody.
Okay.
stop
As
me.
you burst through, I will show you the scene before you.
Everything's a spike trap. Well done.
The once neatly laid table, or past neatly laid, is now splattered with blood.
Fuck. Alright, well, I imagine it's just because I'm fucking.
It is up the walls and on the ceiling as well.
Oof.
My eyes are fucking.
This is.
Sorry.
Whatever did this, all of the blood spray is in very thin, neat arcs.
So probably
can
from
we-
small cuts, maybe. Could I perceive
No, very
that
clean,
idea?
very sharp.
Yeah, roll me a heal. You can roll heal or you can roll perception.
This
Uh,
is perception.
Can I? Yeah, heal. Actually, I haven't. Oh well, you probably get that taken care of.
My eyes.
You can always roll if you can, because that means people get a +2 from your aid and other.
All right.
My eyes are flickering,
Yeah,
like,
I'll
pretty
roll
much,
heal.
or flickering with the rage and Morse code, just going fuck. I scream for my mother. I'm screaming for my mother.
There's a
I
clatter from
fucking-
upstairs.
I fucking
I'll run up
beat
with
it
Thok.
right up the fucking stairs.
Yeah, I'll run up with
Okay.
Doc. Yeah.
As you get to the door, someone is already waiting at the top of the stairs.
Who is it?
You'll just hop it back a couple, about 10 feet.
Yeah, go back off.
Okay, let's find where the fuck
God
up
damn it! I
is.
said for his fucking deal. I'm done.
I will use detect magic. Is there anything like in the barn or the outhouse?
Did I figure anything out
Yeah,
about the blood splatter?
Okay.
Take him down.
Oh, sorry, there was another icon for me.
Okay.
Didn't see it.
With that check, you know. This is the result of multiple, very professional cuts with a very sharp knife, probably made of obsidian or glass.
Okay.
But what's apparent is, whatever transpired here, there are bandages left on the floor. Whoever was injured, and despite the amount of blood and amount of pooling of blood in places, they were actually administered to.
Okay, so who would have, based on my knowledge, who would have access to obsidian or diamond-style blades? It would probably be somebody like
From
like
the
a professional
fucking
assassin.
forest.
Someone who's you think it's the glass from the forest, but there's no sign of the corruption or whatever.
Well, we have Clarence here. We can talk to him and find out.
Yeah,
Clarence,
I guess.
Clarence is really banged up. One of his arms in a sling, and it's physically, it's been tourniqueted. You can see down one of his arms, it's been bound. Despite the binding, it's bleeding through. Whoever got him seemed to have broken his wrist, and in the grab had just run a sharp knife the entire length of his forearm.
Would I have some idea though of what kind of person might have access to this type of weaponry?
Yes. Roll me knowledge, local knowledge, religion.
Religion will be.
I just fucking
Well,
I
let's do
grab
one thing at a time. Let's do one thing at a time. I'll do the knowledge religion with
This is
her.
knowledge. Yep. Oh well.
Well, mine was 19, so you
Yes.
should be alright.
Okay.
Seriously, Clarence,
Can I
what the fuck
also-
happened?
can I
Where's my
also
mum?
add a
Calm down, now calm down. She's
can I add a
okay.
heal test to that?
She's a bit banged up, but she's okay.
Where?
She's resting in up top. She's only just got to sleep. We had to use a lot of
I push past.
opium to get it.
I don't care. I run off. You do what you're doing.
And what's it got? I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Oh, that's
My
why
eyes
you
are
watch the
blowing.
episodes, fair enough.
Clarence just kind of gingerly like rubs the bridge of his nose. Like it's clear. It's also clear that looking clearly at him, whoever jumped him hit him hard enough to shatter his left ocular orbit.
Can I?
Like
is
his
that
the
something-
entire left side of his eye, his entire left eye is just swollen shut.
You need some help with that, pal?
Anything you could help, sunshine, but
Right.
we're through the worst of it.
I shall use a lay on salve.
Okay. Roll for the healing. Oh, he physically like buckles slightly as he just like feels the pain ebb away from his face. So you don't know how good it is to finally get some ease these last few minutes. It was a close call.
So he's not quite lucid yet, or enough to talk, or
We've been helping people how we can. We've got everyone stabilized as best we could. We lost a few though. When that thing got here, he got Gert.
Who's
And the
he?
kid who used to play the hurdy-gurdy up in the tavern.
Oh,
Bill,
no one's saying that.
does he look
we
shaken?
still don't. We still
He's
don't
like
know.
visibly like he can't keep his hands. He's like clearly still in shock. He's lost a lot of blood.
I'll
Well-
use lay on hands to remove shaken.
You know, he calms down, like catches
Calms
his
down.
breath, and sits himself down. God did their
Yes.
best, but he walked through them. So I think it was a he. Wasn't moving like no person.
So
What
what,
did it
did
look
it look like?
He was wearing an old uniform, but the way it moved, the way it tore itself up, the way it ripped that mask off its own face and took most of its own face with it.
Huh.
Did the
It
uniform have
screamed.
any insignia? Coat of arms? Sigil? Seal?
Seemed to be an old scouts division uniform. As far as my old mind goes, I remember seeing those boys back in the day, but none of them moved like that. And had the same knife, though.
It had a knife.
Had a bayonet in one hand and a same old messer in the other, and a long knife, but it was all crusted over like it was made of glass.
There was only one person. There weren't any others.
He didn't need any others. He went through the guard like butter.
Roll knowledge, please.
Poor
to see
Sparrow
if,
got it bad.
If anything comes to mind.
Okay. Unix, that's not anyone that you're familiar with. It's a bit before your time. You know that there were some old pre-USCH divisions that got dissolved, and a lot of these lands went toward.
Would
Okay,
knowledge
but-
nobility be something that we could roll for military divisions?
Yes.
Alright, let me take.
Though Udex, the mask you did find does match with one of your old compatriots.
Hmm.
You worked with him previously. He's a bounty hunter.
Ah.
Name of Samuel Richter.
Uh-huh.
Fairly good sniper. Used to be a big game hunter until his poaching caught up with him, and he was delivered into the waiting arms of the USCH as a write-off, so to speak. He's good at his job, but never really he was interested more in hunting people than he was in actually doing the job.
So this
Not
was
that
the
he
guy
ever-
who came
he always
through
bagged
here, huh?
people,
Samuel Richter.
He was hunting.
Oh,
You know that
Samuel Richter.
Samuel Richter didn't use a long knife. He always used a musket, and the closest he ever got to a melee weapon was a bayonet. And it was always a triangular bayonet.
Most were.
Now, some of the blood stains you've seen, the pooling, it looks like it could be used by that, but not from the traditional spear style of bayonet. Like it was used like a knife. And Samuel Richter was athletic, but he wasn't strong. He couldn't smash a desk like that. It would take him days with an axe.
So just so we're clear, to get the name straight, the mask that we found earlier and the
Belonged to-
uniform. So the mask was Samuel's.
Yes, the mask was Samuel's, but the uniform seems to be different. Either it's
Masked
been
sniper, Samuel.
covered over with something else, or it's been modified.
Yeah,
I think Half John got the better of it in the end. He dragged it over to his shop, and we saw John walk out. Didn't see it.
When did all this happen?
Must have happened about an hour before dawn.
And did he only come through here, or did he go through the rest of the town, or just the tavern and in here?
He swept through town pretty fast, went through on the outer barricades. We managed to put it down here, but it's cost us a lot.
I'll look over to Udex, and I'll say we should probably go to the other buildings here and make sure that we need to make sure if there's anyone there who needs our help, that we could get them some medical care before they bleed or pass out or something bad happens to them. So we need to scoot out pronto while we can.
We definitely should.
I'll turn
that's
to
happening.
Clarence.
I'm
turn to
screaming,
Clarence, though,
"Bomb!"
and I'll ask is there anyone else here who needs our help before we go check for others?
And young Sparrow's in a bad way. He got between that thing and Siglinda. It cut him up pretty bad. He already lost the arm.
Bill, is there somebody in the shack?
Pardon?
I'm asking Clarence if
In the
he's stable.
We've shot him up as best we can. He's a bit doped up, but all else goes forward. He shouldn't lose anything else.
All right. if he's stable, then we'll be back soon anyway. So, Udex and I, let's go with Nira and check out this other place. Group up a bit. No. Belay that. Let's split up a bit. So we
Bobby,
can
you
cover more
stay with
areas.
Thok. Make sure he's alright.
Way ahead of it, Udex. Way ahead of it.
Right, let's do some outside searching. I'm gonna go to my place. What's in the toilet?
Let's let Mud and Nira do their thing.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are, Bill, for
Okay.
whatever's happening upstairs.
Okay, we'll go in clockwise.
Oh, well, that's big.
Okay. Nira. The little shed here is just splattered with blood. Though it's not shown on here. It's a very fine, like, mist that's pervading over every surface. It's already coagulated, so it's turned a dark, like almost charred colour.
I shut out anybody alive. I have a 25 on perception. Can you hear me?
Okay, 25. Oh, that's just about enough. What rises out of the hay is everyone's favourite mountain of a woman. Oh, thank goodness, is that thing gone?
We just got in. What thing?
I tell you this much, I'm sure as hell not sticking around to see the thing. I ducked into here, and what's my husband did to?
Is she hurt in any way? Here, check. Do I see like?
She's actually
Anything?
felt. Let's just wait. She must have gone through that back window at speed because it's gone, and she is fairly like banged up. But she's gone around here, and by the looks of things, she's kept. She's not the only person here either. Just.
Do I step on someone as I go through here? Ooh.
In a ways, yes. As you step on a severed arm.
Oh, by the way, I apologise. Actually, there was a second chat. Martin Luther Pepe donated and said the Irish are almost as bad as the Danes, short, filthy drunkards to look.
Race realism. You get the finest points here on the Nakalavisha.
He's not wrong.
So, Bill, are they both looking pretty banged up?
They're a bit roughed up, but there's no like major injuries. Whereas the fact that you're currently standing on what appears to be Sparrow's arm.
Captain Sparrow.
No, Sparrow. You may remember Sparrow.
The criminal. Yeah, the criminal. Yeah, the
no. Sparrow is the member of the guard. He wasn't allowed to use a sword because he's very minor nobility, technically speaking, but.
So his arm is no longer.
I look at them as.
It's his left arm at the forearm.
Where's Sparrow? Yeah. Very Sparrow, I ask, as I recognize the arm.
Well, luckily, half Facility was around. Dragged him upstairs to triage.
And then Vaseline is upstairs.
It was. I'm not sure that's the case anymore.
Well, I say shit. And I basically say to them, it's currently it's safe to go outside, but you do what you do. We'll check it out, and I go out to assist Mud. Basically, examine the outhouse.
I need to check. Has the outhouse got like the little thing that's like the do not disturb?
In a way, yes.
What is it just like? I mean, okay, I'll knock then. I'm
The door falls off. And you're greeted with a lavatory with some rather worrying stains surrounding it. Blood.
Is there not brown? A
lot of blood.
We've all
It's on
been
the ceiling
there,
and walls as well.
The last victim, the victims of the weekly Vindaloo night.
By the looks of things, and by the gap, judging by the gap in the wall behind it, whoever was sitting here doing going about their business was the assailant. Punched through the wall, hit them by the head, and slit their throat.
Oh, what? They're just sitting in the toilet.
And by the looks of things, they were dragged out.
Oh, that's harsh.
There's a big hole in the wall.
There is a wall. In the wall opposite the doorway is a hole, very sizable one too.
Hmm.
The actual structure of the little shed is actually sunk.
Okay, well,
but
right.
there's chunks of matted red, bloodied hair and bits of dead skin still clinging to the gap. The granite is evidently badly injured whoever was dragged through.
So, whatever. I'm just going to go around to look at the back from here. I'm assuming this is where the back is. Oh wait, no, is that a wall? It's hard to tell. Like a fence or something.
Okay. that is the old that is just a rack for keeping a variety of things, usually like saddles and such, and occasionally
right.
It has a little dispensary for chicken feed and water.
Right, so I'm just going to walk and I'm going to try
Or
and see
pitching
what's on the other side of the hole in the wall.
There is not a scrap of blood, but there's a thin sheen of something. Not sure what it is.
What?
Can you use it?
It's almost like
Is it
oil.
magical?
It's an oily substance, but it is mildly magical.
Can you use it as spellcraft to detect magical device?
Okay, you can roll spellcraft, yes.
You know, I just pictured like what's it called, my mum when I was a kid. You know, like just basically like a toddler, me sitting there sucking my thumb under the mask, and the skull has like because of its magical properties is currently blue, and it says on big white letters in the front of it, "Please be patient. I have ogre blood."
Okay. This appears to be saliva, dried saliva, or mucus, as the case may be. You're not sure what from. Well, I should say, Mud, you're not sure what it's from. Nira recognizes this as the kind of. When something is undead, chemicals build up in its body that cause it to decay at a faster rate, and negative energy offsets those chemicals. But when it's removed from the body, it decays at a much faster rate. So this appears to be half-rotten, just dried saliva. And the smell coming from this stuff, and it's just beyond description. The closest you get to it is sulfur.
I basically tell this to Mother and say better
Someone
not to touch it.
Someone was killed here and eaten to the point where the blood was licked from the walls.
Ooh.
I feel that. I feel like there's some kind of logic to that in a different life.
Of course, all the licking and the mucus has to be around the larvae. Ugh.
Okay, what about this? What's up here?
Okay, before we go on ahead with that one, just place yourself where you wish when you're going to go into that particular room. Meanwhile, up with Thok, there are a number of beds that have been set up here. Most of the people here in a bad way. Sparrow is in one of them. He is bound up tight and has got a drip going of just what appears to be just saline and morphine, and very little else.
My rage is fully active. I'm just desperately looking for my mother. I'm completely single-minded. I can't see anything else.
As you're tearing through the different curtained rooms, you stumble across what appears to be a sword you recognise from somewhere else before. Is your mother's rapier?
My heart sinks.
It is splattered with strange iridescent blood and half encrusted with crystal.
That's not
Beside
bad.
beside it is her main gauche, which has been crushed.
I yell for my mum.
Quieten down, hun.
I
I've got a
run to the
headache you
source of the
wouldn't
volume.
believe.
Oh god. Is my mum lying on a bed?
Yes.
I drop to my knees next to her and I just place my hands on the side of the bed and start fucking weeping uncontrollably.
Quieten down. A hell of a headache. This stuff never agrees with me.
Oh god, Mum. Something horrible had happened, Mum. Mum, I found a unicorn, Mum. I found an actual unicorn and he's my friend. I was so worried.
Don't worry, we brought that bastard down. You know, you've never really heard your mother swear out loud before. Are you okay? I think we didn't get you, did it?
No, I'm fine, Mum. I'm fine. I got my hair back.
You know
Look,
that
look.
one of her hands is in something of a cast. It's splintered. It's badly injured. She's lost at least 3 fingers off of it.
Mum, look at my hair, Mum. Look, the unicorn got my hair back. Look at it. Look how beautiful it is. It's real, Mum. Unicorns are real. I was right.
You look great, Han. You look great.
Are you okay, Mum? I can get Rags and he could help fix you up.
I'm gonna be okay.
I actually will be able to later, yeah.
They've cleaned me up as best they can. Most of us took up. We tried our best healing up these wounds, but after half John dropped it, but
John's
these
dead?
things are gonna take time. No, Jan was the one who brought it down in the end. John's still alive. He went out into town to try and get some people who are a bit better at healing up these kinds of wounds. And she holds up one of her wounds, and it's like the wound has turned black. This ain't my first rodeo, kid. Don't worry about me.
Alright. Well, I'll lean in. I put one of my big ham fists gently behind my mum's head and I give her a kiss on the forehead. I'm gonna go help everybody, Mum. Just you wait here. I'll be back soon with Rags, okay?
Okay.
I go out and close the door and I fucking
Enjoy this
storm
part
the
of
fuck
the
out. I jump out a fucking window and fucking roll in the dirt. Boom.
Alright, so we need
I
to
re-
check
I re-
the blacksmiths.
Yeah, I relay the information about Half John the blacksmith and basically say about how he took down the creature and basically he's went out into town. And that my mum's okay, but we gotta go heal her soon.
Let me see. Where have we not checked yet for anybody who might be injured? I think the blacksmith, we still need to check there in case someone ran in
Yeah,
and take
check the blacksmith. We'll check this small house here.
Yeah, I yell for everybody to come over and we're going to check the blacksmith things, then we're going to head out, look for John. We just got to ensure this perimeter is safe first.
Where is the door to the blacksmith exactly?
It's
Right
you
here.
see that stuff up to the bottom right of the anchor, that weird pinkish
here,
sort
yeah.
of chain stuff? Yeah, it's there. So
Alright.
right here. I'm following your lead.
I'll
Alright,
follow you
I'll-
guys.
By the way,
Inside.
look at private.
That's great.
Okay, as you knock open the door, which heaves open, the scent of blood just assails your nose. Or you can taste it. As on the floor, with its uniform rent aside and its body split apart, a shovel smashed apart and indented into one of the walls is the mangled corpse of the sniper
I'll
that
hold my
Nira
hand
killed.
Yeah, I'll put my hand up on the door so that no one else could come in, because I don't know exactly anything about this body, because knowing where it came from, it could be tainted to all heck with some weirdness. Does it exude an evil aura to it, or is it?
Yes, it is almost blinding.
Well, in that case, I'm going to step out immediately. Then, if it's blinding, I'm going to close the door.
It should be noted though that you noticed something very odd when you did that. Is there was a second aura in there that was not evil.
I'll point to. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. Ludex.
Just call it by description.
I'll point to Ludex and wait, can he fit inside?
Honestly, I don't think so. But honestly, by the
yes, double doors.
By the art, I've basically in my head I just call him Propane Head.
Pain Head.
Propane Head, not Propane Head. Because,
Propane Head.
Because he looks like. Look at the art. He looks like Pyramid Head.
Pura Pain Head.
I sell death and death accessories.
Well,
if you're Propane Head, you sell rape and rape accessories.
Jesus.
Where are my tools? I need my tools.
All right. So, I will get Ludex. What is he? I'm guessing he's a paladin himself, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Maybe I should try to identify the corpse if that is
the actual massive.
Killed.
The massive aura of good is bewildering to see on something that is ostensibly a building with limbs.
Oh god, I'm covered in blood.
I'll say, Thok, go to your mother, see if we can find out anything that she knows, if she can talk, see if she knows where anyone went, or if there's anyone who wasn't accounted for. Same with Clarence. Just try to gather up all the info you can. Jingxi, go get Nira. Because we need to check out this body.
I think somebody like
Alright.
Nira would be best for that. I'm not really the most sociable person.
Okay,
You know?
yeah,
Well,
I'll run.
your
I'm
char-
pretty fast.
Well, I think your
We-
character, I mean, you'd probably want to be with your mom.
And again,
So-
I just had a
Yeah.
tender moment with my mum, and I want to find John. Like
needs
again,
his
John
mommy.
went out into town and he needs help. You know.
I can pretty
go
quickly
get
run
Jeff.
up here though and go ask Nira.
Thok, go find Jeff. You'll cover a lot more ground with it if you have Jeff with you. Maybe he can help you track down John.
Okay.
So, what's inside?
A terribly evil corpse, something that is almost indescribably evil, something that
Huh.
is revolt for that's just something incredibly vile.
So-
Actually, I don't.
So do you think Nira should come down and help with this? Because
Yeah.
I went
Yeah.
up there. So I'm gonna
Before I
try
go
to-
down, is there anything inside this building here?
Okay, take check. Okay.
Basically,
this was the-
I do this while they examine.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Yeah,
does the evil
This
that
one- this
exists
one-
from this corpse, is it the same evil from the forest, essentially, from the creature? Or is it from, like, the strange liquid in the pool?
both are very similar to one another, and both are present here.
Okay.
But Nero, you notice and Jingji, you notice something embedded in the wall inside, or through the door rather, on the other side.
Shitter's clogged.
There is a twisted bayonet and a little scorch mark.
By the way, while this is happening, I wander off to collect Jeff and I go look for John.
Don't split the party for fuck's sake, man.
I know. By the way, I know that, but I was just following Rig's orders. I know that fucks everything, but
I
following Rig's
think
orders.
I think with Thok being with Jeff, I think they're I mean, Jeff's no slouch.
I mean, Jeff could just teleport me and him away. I mean, fucking in an instant.
Also,
Can
Bobby is still tagging
Talk
alongside Phil.
can Talk even get far away without rags or something?
Good point.
Well, I've given him some expressed allowance. Does that what is the distance exactly?
Like that's a good point. Basically, Bill, if he allows it, like, can I go further away?
Especially if I'm commanding him, go find Jeff.
Technically, that would come under the abilities of Bobby at this point.
I suppose we can ask Bobby if.
No, to be fair, at no point did we change it up. At no point was anything done with my glyph or anything like that. That was not recorded. As far as we all know, Rags is still in complete control of my glyph.
You may remember that a USCH member did alter your mark of justice.
Fuck. Or in
It is
any
bound
case,
to the USCH members now.
Well,
Gundar, can you give me a bit more breathing room for the range of the town, so that the range of the town, so that I can go look for John with the unicorn.
Sure.
Yep, excellent.
If
There
you
you
need
go.
any help, just scream.
Yep, I will, or I'll just teleport the fuck out of there with John, I suppose. Jeff, to me.
Captain
I'm going rid of him too.
Okay.
So, besides the knife and the bayonet in here, nothing else of interest that I can detect.
No, I didn't say that. There is something in here.
Take care of Thok, Jeff.
With your perception checks, you see a pair of eyes looking at you. It should be noted that this particular outhouse is not in general use. They mainly use it for storage of toiletries.
Storage of shit.
Anything. It's
what
been,
kind of
essentially been
nice.
repurposed as a regular compost heap rather than a human waste heap.
So, are eyes like floating mid-air or something?
No, they're in the actual compost heap, down in the dark.
Oh, what, inside the shit pot?
Yeah.
I'll use the mage hand to levitate them out of the compost heap, like
Something snaps at your mage hand.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm just gonna have a look down. Wait.
What snaps? What happens?
Something bit through your mage hand.
Ah, damn.
I'll fire a jolt in general direction of the compost heap out of reaction.
The general direction. What's that about?
Your
direction.
Your jolt of lightning is met with a gout of flame, as what crawls out is a little juvenile winged thing with two heads.
Okay, I'm just gonna close the door.
Is this becoming how to train a dragon?
Well, we'll leave it.
I hold down mud. What did you say?
The Lawrence Fishburne approach. I see you're a man of culture too.
And that's a hearty whack.
Ooh, whoa.
I speak draconic to it. Yield.
It replies in draconic. Where is everybody? I've been in here for what seems like days. What year is it?
28, if I'm correct.
Even we don't know what year it is.
It looks at its little flappy wings and tries to count. How many is that in lots?
Too much. I'm Nira. Who are you?
Oh my god, there's a shit dragon.
I ask.
Find a
sorry.
retarded dragon.
I say, I am Nira. Who are you?
Could somebody
I don't
give
know.
me general
Didn't give
knowledge
me a
for
name.
what year it is? I think it's
Yeah,
important
we
to find
need
out
a
how
retarded
long he's
dragon.
been there. Because if you know how long he's been there, then, you know, like, it's important to find out if he's related to what's currently
If
happening.
you
I
can
asked-
roll
I-
Arcana, I can tell you how old he is.
Okay. By the way,
Oh shit, yeah. Fuck.
as I look at him to see the age, 26.
This is clearly This cannot be more than a few days old.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
is there
And it-
dragon
and
people
it-
living here?
And it is a juvenile wyvern.
Is this a fucking dumpster wyvern that was put in the toilet because we don't have dumpsters? Is this
You
Lozzie's
do-
child?
You do recall that Sieglinde was carrying around an egg a while back, wasn't she? One she bought from the market or had found. You forget which one it is.
I look at him and say, "Have you seen something horrible and undead walking around a few hours ago?"
It takes one look at you and goes, "Ah!" You don't have a head,
It's good.
I remind you. It then scampers down to the compost heap and burrows.
Guys, is it clever for us to be associated with a dragon?
I should know, it's not a dragon,
I mean,
it is
I
a
don't know how
wit.
could. Yeah, wyverns are different,
it
but how could it make
breathe
it worse?
Withens are like dragons, but they are thick as sheep shit.
And they
So
don't
do we
have
want
arms.
a,
They don't have
a Down syndrome dragon? Is the question.
Why don't we sell it? Let's.
Why
sell
do
it
you
into
think it's got
slavery.
Down syndrome? It
Because
was
it's a
born
wyvern.
in a pile of. It was
He
born
was
in a
born this
fucking
way.
potty.
Yeah, he was
And I think it's doing quite well considering it speaks fluent Draconian, given that fucking it's 3 days old.
so you kind
Oh,
of relate
dragons.
to it, right?
How long did it take you to learn Goblinese?
I look at the pile and I ask him, will you be safe here while we kill the thing?"
Please go away! Why are there 6 of you?
There is only 3.
Hey,
He doesn't understand numbers. Listen, little guy.
It looks at itself with its other head. Ah! Why are there 2 of me? What do you mean there's 2 of me? There's 2 of you! It coils up into a ball and kind of sinks into the compost.
I feel like this is something we will deal with later.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna specifically.
Definitely. Nira locks the door, looks at Mading Zingshi and say, "It's a bit like talk. Like, let's leave it be." And
it's
she just
disabled,
she just takes like
I'm
a
gonna.
fucking chair. She takes a fucking chair and table and
I'm your brother.
locks the
Wait,
door.
before you do that, I want to try to intimidate it to stay in place and be like, "Hold the fuck on.
No.
Just calm the fuck
Oh
down.
my god.
We're gonna
Course,
come
we
back
need-
and get.
We need
we're
to
gonna
figure
come
out
back-
something.
We're gonna come back and get you, and it will be okay. But stay in place and calm the f down. Here we go. Boom.
I try-
eat some shit.
Monkey
Intimidate.
shelter, baby.
It is
I
visibly terrified.
translate from monkey to draconic.
Yeah, I should
Do
know
good
this
cut,
comments.
man.
Is it intimidated though by my gestures? Is it? Do I convey my meaning? Well, and
Well, imagine if
Zero translation.
Imagine if you're minding your own business, living in shit, and then you are accosted by a pair of identical twin baboons who begin shrieking in a language you can't understand.
Lemonade the wyvern.
And it's vaguely scary sounding. They sound really angry.
But is he
Also,
aware of what I'm saying? Of stay put.
For the translation, yes. I
Okay.
don't think it was going anywhere to begin with. It's been locked in this shed for quite some time.
Okay. Good. Let's go take care of this other shit then.
Alright, so who are we cutting to now? We cutting to Regave or me?
Go to
I
you.
will.
I am just going to rush downstairs and check out the corpse and see if I can identify it.
Yeah, we'll go back down and
Yeah, after
let's
we
check
lock up the dragon and just.
Thok, you find someone.
Fuck! Am I going to a different map or something?
No, this will just be so I don't. I was expecting to handle this later, but there's just not far off from the tavern, leant up against a wall. You recognise Gregulus. That large glaive he usually has around on his person is kind of leant on the wall beside him. There's huge sweeping arcs of blood splattered across the street where he stood.
I have a question. Am I riding on Jeff?
Yes.
Do I look amazing? With Jeff's mane blowing in the wind and my hair blowing amazingly?
You do.
Oh. Alright, that's important enough. I'm here to help, Greg. What's
Now that
happening?
we've established the important details.
Yeah.
Well, sport, it's been a bit of a fucking day. You pardon my my Galtish. But
Jeff, can you do anything? Do you have any healing abilities? It's okay if you don't, Jeff, but just wondering.
It's okay if you don't.
I do, but those
Oh.
wounds are cursed. They will not be healed by common magic.
You're a unicorn. It's not very common.
I'm new to this.
No, that's fair enough. I give a reassuring pat to Jeff. It's okay, Jeff.
The first
Yeah,
day
no,
being
I
a
just-
unicorn, you know.
You gonna be all right, Greg? We're getting help. We're just sorting stuff out. Did you see? Did you see John? We're looking for him.
Last I saw John, he took off saying something about someone moving out on the peat bogs. Have you seen out by there lately?
No.
Trees are growing back.
They
Full
growing
tree
back
like-
wrong.
That seem tree that big shouldn't grow that fast. Apart from that,
Oh my god, could the legends be true? Nigurasil. The Nig tree.
The Nick tree.
the world star tree.
The world star tree!
Niggerson.
There's some powerful nigger tree at work here.
Oh, we're all gonna end up on a fucking watch list.
In any case, is there
we
anybody here
already
with you?
are.
Is there anybody here with you, Greg?
I was, but I'm afraid I'm the last one holding this street these days.
Well, I'm gonna pick him
be
up in a
sport-
carry position. And I'm gonna take. Alright, and I'm being as gentle as possible, and I'm gonna
He's wounded
carefully.
pretty bad. He's pretty cut up. It's clear that
gonna
whatever that
carefully-
thing was, it had to run in with him.
I'm gonna carefully get on top of Jeff, and I'm like Jeff, get down a bit so that I can go on, and I'm gonna go back to where everybody is.
Okay, I'll get Regulus's artwork again.
Oh, enjoy
Absolutely.
this artwork of Aiden scaring the dragon.
I need to itemize my second.
God. Greg. Not Greg. Gumgirl. Look, what's it called? You've got paladin stuff. Can you do some laying hands there, just so that Rags doesn't need to leave the foreboding plot place of doom?
Sure thing.
Cool stuff.
I'll use my Leon salve.
Leon salve.
Yeah, he actually doesn't have lay on hands.
I'll make the propane go away.
He'd never say that.
Yes, you would.
Jeff, you watch over my stepdad way. And I'm just going to stand over by the door so that I can keep an eye on, so that I can react to either situation if needed.
You notice that the wounds again are cursed and refuse to close by normal magic, but it does deal with a lot of his like scuff marks and road and cobblestone burn from being thrown around with the creature.
Could I try and absorb the curse?
Jeff, see if you can work together with Propane Head and fucking maybe do some stuff. He's my stepdad, he's a good man.
Okay, roll a check equal to 1d20 plus your level, Udex. And
alright,
as I'll do with this. Okay, the examination. The creature has been beaten to death.
Beaten with a shovel,
Yes.
I imagine.
You say that it was apparently stunned with a shovel, and it has been physically thrown into the anvil with enough force to rip its spine free of its body.
Ooh.
Ouchie.
I flip it on the other
That's a lot of
side
damage.
with a stick.
The creature, at this point, is more of a bloody mess than anything else. It has been thrown into the horn of the anvil with enough force to just wrench its entire back free of its body.
Is there any way I can find the wounds I inflicted on it, like the claw marks?
What's it called? Fucking considering that this guy used to be the gunner, what these things that we've been encountering, we want to go with a placeholder name of forest vampires. That okay with everybody?
Sure. Why not?
Cool.
Yeah.
Also, I lean my head in through the door. I let them know that John's headed off to Peatfields and stuff like that while I let them get on with their stuff.
As
Just relay that to everyone.
As Eudex hears the word vampire, he begins sharpening his holy symbol on his behemoth blade.
There's a sound like a train coming to a screeching halt as the whetstone just grinds down the side of this fucking small building attached to a stick.
When I first came into this building, you mentioned that there was another aura coming from here that wasn't part of the body. What is that exactly? What direction is that coming from? Is it coming from an object, or what exactly is that?
Okay.
That's a good point. Can you sense auras that evil?
Evil, definitely.
Well,
I
that's a
suppose I can
chunk of
sense
something
it as
embedded in
well.
the ceiling.
Oh, is it? Can we reach it from where we're standing?
You would need to have someone give you a leg up.
I've got an idea.
I can easily lift rugs.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna use lunge and just fucking just hold Mud up. Mud has delicate hands. He won't prick himself on evil or anything.
I
just pick up. I pick up my Burka brother. Fuck you. You would never went to see Mum. You fucking scumbag of a brother.
Mate, I was busy trying to cover. You just ran up straight upstairs. I was letting her have
So,
an
Bill, do I successfully
You
absorb the curse?
never even asked me if Mum was okay.
I didn't know where you were.
You draw enough of the curse off that you can now stop the bleeding. It's not enough to fully break the curse there.
Alright.
Oh, blimey, actually. You managed to stabilise him. He's not going to deteriorate any further, and the curse has stopped. You notice that the curse itself, this was the work of a cursed blade effect. Not necessarily the spell, but similar.
Oh.
Just don't know what your problem is, man. And this isn't the first time when Mum's been in danger and you've shown next to no. You've always been aloof, but I just don't give you some. Brother.
I'll raise up a hand and I'll point at Thok and say, Thok, now's not the time for your familial issues. Deal with it later.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So what exactly is this? Yeah, I guess Nero can give me a lift up to this. Oh wait, can't Ludex just grab it? He's a Tallman.
I don't think he has skin. I don't.
He's a great big Tallman, though. He should be able to.
Yeah, he can reach it fairly easily.
Yeah. We'll point it out to him and say there's something up there. It's exuding some kind of an aura. Can you pry it free the ceiling and take a look?
First of all, I shall pry at it with my blade just to see if it's anything fishy. Sort of poke at it.
What? Can we tell what it is from down here?
It's difficult to say.
Do I appear as fishy given I have gills now?
Aha!
You've always been fishy, you bitch.
Fucking you goddamn fat piece of shit.
I'm gonna turn you into a fucking cock holster from Unicorn one day.
Let's try, see what happens.
She may have gills, but her model's not to scale.
But Bob remembers the taste of your fucking brain.
What the?
He might have been an anvil at the time, but he remembers.
Okay. I would decide you'd managed to dislodge the little piece of accoutrement fairly easily. It's a blade.
Biggie.
Just the blade? No handle? Just
The handle is missing.
Is it an entire blade or a chipped one? Just like a fragment?
It is
Broken
it
in
appears
half?
to be snapped off fairly far down the blade. This is sizable. It's at least 7 or 8 inches long of razor sharp glass.
Does
Could
this
I
resemble the glass
roll
from the
knowledge, religion, or planes to see if it's cursed?
Yes, you may. Okay, you know precisely what this is. This is true crystalline. It is, in essence, as sharp as diamond. It will go through iron like it's butter.
Can we do a perception check, or can we just look around the ground beneath it to find the other fragment or the other part of it? If it's even here?
You may attempt to.
All right, yeah. Let's do some perception looking arounds. There you go. Very good.
Okay. The other portion of it is missing.
Guess whoever
So
was
does this
holding
resemble
it,
the?
holding it when it got broke just left with it in hand.
I don't know.
Maybe John was using it. Is the blade evil? Do you detect evil from it?
Is it evil? Does it put out an evil aura?
Yes. Heavily so.
And it resembles the same crystal from the forest?
Yes. Now, with the degree of successes that Budix has, he knows precisely what it is. This is the effect of a vampire bloodline. This is extruded from the blood. Specifically, heavily tainted blood.
This crystal is made
It
from
spreads like a fungus.
blood?
Yudak shall casually relay this to the party, walk out of the door, grab a paddle and begin sharpening it.
It doesn't take very much. You basically just grab it and wrench it, and it's sharp.
Fucking meet you in Ganura Island, you bitch. I'll fucking see you there.
Dude, I'm
Says an unknown voice that nobody heard.
Can we examine this body to see if this body is a vampire?
You may. With the number of rolls that have been given already, I'll have some leeway. The creature is undoubtedly some form of vampire. You can tell by the necrotization of the flesh, the way it's been moving. The bones are nearly dust. It's been moving far beyond the usual stress that a human body can endure without just crumpling.
So is the crystal made out of vampire blood?
Yeah. That's what it just comes about. I don't know the science of it.
Well, if that's the case, then I want to keep some of this vampire blood as a sample, because we're going to have to find something that inhibits it. It's really a shame we don't have the other end of the blade, because if this crystalline stuff spreads like a fungus, then that means the handle or the hilt of whatever this is has to be immune to that effect, because we need to find stuff that stops this growth or can contain it.
Well, here's the thing: is that if it's being used by someone,
well, if it's growing through the ground and stuff like that,
yeah,
you know, that's going to happen.
No, the reason that this creature stopped moving, the heart is intact, but it has been. But the entire spine has been ripped free by the horn of the anvil. But it is most certainly dead. So though definitely vampiric in nature, this creature has not been dispatched by the usual means.
So I guess, given enough force, you can bludgeon a vampire to death?
That's the thing. Normal circumstances.
No, wait. When you kill a vampire, their bodies disintegrate.
That depends on what. There's a lot of different rules for vampires. So.
For the kind of vampires I'm thinking of, they would have disintegrated.
I mean, it isn't in the sunlight right now, so it is indoors.
Udex, you know, being well versed in kind of combating the Ustalav's major problem, vampires do turn to dust on death. They turn to dust or gas usually. And if they turn to mist, they will then return to their coffin where they can recuperate. This thing, no such luck. It was killed instantly. seemingly, or after a somewhat protracted fight, and then dispatched in one blow from the anvil. But the body remains. That's not normal, and it has the teeth are these horrid, long, elongated fangs. Every single one of them is distended and is almost prehensile, like in its where it's sunk into the jawline. It's like a adder's fang.
Is this still have what I think it is? Is this still have a certain island that I know of? Or is it still have just where we live now? I'm getting them mixed up.
Ustalav is where you live.
Okay. Alright, another thing is as well...
It's big bootleg Transylvania.
Just in case, I shall drive the paddle into the heart of the corpse.
Also, I want to take a look at its hand as well. Like, I want to look at the palms of its hands to see for any indication that anything may or may not have like jagged into the hand or something, and where a sword grip would be.
Okay.
This is technically kind of metagaming. It doesn't mean anything. I just want to know if that's
the hand. What did you notice something? The hands have mouths on them, and it catches you by surprise as they almost lash. It's like if you've ever seen a goblin shark. There's this distended jaw that juts as the palm is flexed open.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. All right, let me see here.
The entire thing is clogged with blood.
Oh god, I have so many theories that I can't say.
Yeah, I'm sure we've all... I mean, in character, we've all heard all sorts of vampiric legends and things. So.
Oh yeah, there's some of you may even read some literature on the subject.
No, but basically everything I know about this sort of thing.
Well, I think I would know a lot. As a paladin, I would imagine that...
You have knowledge of religion, right?
I do, yeah. Is there any basic information I know just from class-based, being a paladin?
Yeah, most likely you will have learned from... What's it called again? Oh, yeah. Van Richten's Guide to Vampires. It is a well-known treatise on the vampiric menace in Ustalav and other locations all around the multiverse. And could you roll me a religion check to find out how much you actually studied it in your brief period training as a paladin before you were thrust out into the world?
Well, but you know what I'm getting at? Like, basically, what I'm thinking about is like something that fucking like, would that even have been something that was written down given the circumstances of how it went down?
I will say that if you're worried about the vampiric species of the Isles, no such records exist.
Alright.
So what does my 21 get me for knowledge religion on the vampire?
This matches the only species of vampire mentioned in Van Richten's guide that even marginally resembled these cerebral vampires.
Oh,
do this. Cerebral vampires don't drink blood; they drink cerebral spinal fluid, and they can actually survive in light. However, they still need to be dispatched via a blow to the heart.
So how did this guy die?
This guy was literally just ripped apart so bad that it could not move, and apparently expired on the spot as a result.
All right, so we know that
this level of injury would not have killed a normal undead, but it would have disabled it.
So
this thing is lifeless.
So I'm going to take a sample of this thing's blood.
Just so you know, we are out of vials or jars or anything.
Well, no, I've got an empty bottle and a bottle of tonic wine.
All right, two things. One, either the blade possibly came out of this thing. Whatever. Does the body have any crystallized?
Sample of
yes. You check around. As you check around the flesh, layers of the flesh have crystallized completely into thick armor plates.
All right. Well, knowing that, can I see any part of its body that looks like it may have been connected to the blade? Like any broken bit that would correspond, like something coming out of its fucking elbows, like Guyver or some shit.
Nothing of this length. This would be far too large to fit inside an actual body.
Wait,
It's like a full long. It's like a full long knife.
So that means there is a hilt, and if there is a hilt, that means, and if it was John that killed this thing, then that means John has the hilt.
Maybe.
We have to find John.
Well,
whoever killed it had enough strength to just push it through an anvil.
Can
So I'm
Ludex
not too worried about this
hold,
thing. I'm more worried about whatever killed this thing.
It was John, didn't they say?
John.
Didn't they say that John killed the
John
thing?
killed it.
We have to go.
The remnants of the remnants of much of this thing's one of this thing's legs are currently in the forge.
Okay, well, what I suggest is, Regave, you take your samples, use one of the torches from Toby, and fucking let's just remove every trace of this thing and head out to the peat fields to hunt for John. That's what my suggestion is.
Yeah, that's a decent idea. Let me see if there's anything else that we need to do. So
I do not have to wait that long. Looks like he's back.
Oh.
I see his horse.
Who sees his horse?
This is your stepfather.
Greg? Are you feeling any better, Greg? You okay?
Still a little woozy, but your new friend here, Cyril knows his stuff.
I stroked Jeff's mane again. You're a good boy, Jeff. Thank you.
I hear it. Thok. So where's John? Is he coming up on his own steed, or?
He noticed he actually put to one side.
Can we just delete the extra Xingshi because it's really.
Oh, it's the old one. Sorry, my bad.
She's just.
So no wonder the dragon was seeing two monkeys.
Alright, well, I run up and I get close and I stop at about here, and then I perceive it John and I yell out to him because again, John is like one of the few people in this village that I genuinely call a friend. John, are you all right?
You're a sight for sore eyes.
Oh, what?
You all right?
Yeah, we're fine. We'll come over
Thank
for
goodness.
some healing, but John, I need to stop you quickly. The thing you killed, you didn't pick up anything from it, or get infected or anything by it, did you? Did it do anything to you?
No, I caught me up pretty bad, but luckily where I went was the right place. He takes off his eye patch, which is something you've not seen do very often. And
I'm out.
he has both his eyes,
What?
but one is a
We
bright
saw-
green color,
Because we saw how fucked up.
and most of his
face was
hair has
earlier.
grown back.
I am fucking shaking a bit, and while still my eyes are just locked, unblinkingly on fucking John, and I nudge Regave. Regave, fucking do your thing, detect.
I use detect Arcana. What the fuck?
Overflowing positive energy.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Look,
John.
I need you to get as many people as you can move. There's something out in the fields you need to see. And it's this weird little faraway look in his eyes, like that one of his eyes, like it's so starkly green. His other eye is just a dull bluish color, but that other eye is it's bordering on glowing.
I hold up. You're gonna have to tell us what's going on here. We need to know what's happening. So much has gone on here in such short a time. We need to know what's happening. What happened to your face, your eye, your hair? You look like a whole new man almost.
Dragged myself out into where the fire was, and they'd set up shop. Everything has grown back.
Why'd you even go out there?
I'd seen him wandering around there when I was still doing the digging and trying to get what peat we had left, and
Who is they?
They approached me a few days ago.
You've seen John. John's a real nibber. He fucking fights.
No,
to
no,
protect people.
he said they.
I'd spoken to them a few times before, and they helped with some few nicks and wounds here and there, but they've
Ask
got a whole
John,
thing set up.
Where is
where's the
Villainy? Oh God, Rags snap. Me and Rags just had the same thought at the exact same moment.
Where's the Villainy?
Yeah, what happened to him? Did he leave after we left, or was he attacked? Is he okay? Well, where did he go?
I've not seen Vicinity. I thought he was going to go on ahead.
Gone
But,
on
uh,
ahead.
Went ahead, but he,
He
was
was- he
waiting
was
for
meant-
us to save his friend.
He was meant to be going to help Sai.
Did he go out
Yeah,
to the
look-
peat field, or where did he head out?
No, he was. When we reached the peat fields and we saw what was going down, he went back to Sai's place because I knew Sai was in a bad way. I'm not sure if he got jumped.
Hmm.
Well, in any case, Ragavi, give me more.
Hold up,
Greg.
hold up.
He was there and he helped me beat the hell from that thing.
Come on, John. Lead the way. I don't think we have much
Wait,
time.
wait,
please.
Greg, before we continue with John, I'll let just a second. I say to Greg, can you stand? Have you healed enough or anything? Because I want you to try and get everybody that's here, and Jeff, I want you to stay too and try and help to heal as many people as you can here while we go deal with whatever this nonsense is. Could you do
Well,
that for me, Jeff?
Listen, if
I'll do my
John,
very best.
if John's eye was healed and his hair was healed, I mean, whatever healed him up clearly has some kind of restorative property. What about your mother's hand? What about the arm of I'm trying to get my name straight here. Not Rost. Sparrow's arm.
I just got Ragavi. I just got a unicorn today. The one thing I've wanted all my life, other than my dad. But
what?
I ain't bringing my mother anything like this until we check it out first. For now, I think we've got a magical unicorn here. We've got Greg, who I trust. He's looked after me and my brother for a long time, and I think everything will be okay here if we go and check things out. And if it turns out everything's hunky-dory and it's fine, and this magical healing thing has popped up, and it's nothing to do with this monster that just came in here and attacked everything, and it's just a mad coincidence, I will be okay with that, and then we can bring people over. But for now, I think we should go check it out.
Before we go, I would like to know why this... Do we even know, or have we even tried to ascertain why this cerebral vampire even came here at all and attacked people? Was it looking for something? Because
It followed us.
Maybe
It followed our tracks back to the town. That's what Jeff said.
But what? Yeah, but what was it looking for? Was it looking for us or something we had, or was it? It just
he
seems...
wants us dead. Does it needs a specific reason? Come on.
Well, I mean, if we leave people here, I mean, we don't know how many of these things there are. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think for now we need to check out what's happening in the immediate area with this thing. I think Jeff and the other people here will be all right as long as they're getting healed up, and it's not far from where we are. Clearly, the issue with the forest is a big deal, but I think it's going to need a whole team of people to sort that out. I think it's beyond us.
As long as we leave enough people here, just as a precautionary measure against a future attack, I think it would be wise, especially because we're here now, and this thing has something related to do with us. We need to have people stay behind and make sure that someone else doesn't happen. So
I
we need
think
to assign some people to guard.
I think people are ready for it. The bar is the tavern is pretty much prepped for things there, and Jeff's here. Like, Jeff, have you got this?
I'll do my very best.
Perhaps
Thank you.
Ludex needs to stay as well.
I thought that as well, but I don't think he can leave us due to the nature of what happened. What's happening?
I know, but perhaps an extenuating circumstance. With a paladin it would be very useful to have some protection against evil here.
I'm sorry, Regave, but I have a duty to keep.
All right. Well,
where is Bobby? I've been wondering that for a while now, but like other things have happened. Obviously, concern for my mother and my friends took higher priority. But where is Bobby?
I guess we just didn't bother to drag the token onto the screen.
Has he been here this whole time? He's just that small compared to Propane Head. Yeah. Alright, well, Bobby, how about you stay here and Wheat and fucking Propane Head fucking sticks here?
No, he's been upstairs the entire time, I should know. You did request he stay there.
Well, we're sorted then. Let's go with John and find out what's what.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Alright, well, you can catch up, Propane Head, if you want to quickly yell some words to Bobby or whatever, but we're heading out.
No, it's fine. I trust Bobby.
Well, good. Well, ready to move out.
Yeah, I think that we're good for now to head out towards the field.
Teleport was there.
Okay.
You know, I was expecting all this shit being responsible for me, and eventually it was going to result in me pointing a katana at Falk, basically going, "Fucking foolishness, Falk. Without power, you cannot protect your unicorns, let alone yourself." After he had killed my mum and my unicorn, prick.
Okay. Just stick on the appropriate music.
You know, I realised that OG Nuka is pretty much Virgil without even fucking realising that I did it. I straight up, because of Devil May Cry 5, he's a fucking autist with trauma issues and he actively seeks power. Devil May Cry 5 ripped me off.
I don't remember.
As you go out into what was once a burned wasteland.
Look, V is pretty much Danny DeVito.
You find instead a living, breathing forest.
Ugh.
Well, last time we were in a living, breathing forest.
You know, Gunjo, look, fucking. You know, technically, if this is a good forest, technically I did a good thing for this land, and this court is in the bag for me.
Everywhere you go, there are people like standing around praying at the various trees, some of which are very human-looking. They seem to have been grown selectively in like the effigies of dryads and around gigantic standing stones.
Now, this is the same peat field where our little adventures began, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do we recognize any of these people who are here?
Oddly, no. For reference, it looked like this not 2 weeks ago.
Well, I remember.
That's terrible. Who did that?
And here it is now.
Some assholes.
By the way, I know he's not here, but I want to point out that Dom is ominously quiet for this whole time. I don't know if that's a token thing. Or is Dom actually here and just in the corner of our eye all the time, or what?
You weren't paying very close attention to the last map, now were you?
He was the bottle we left.
I saw that there, but the thing is, in this game, you can never tell if it's a forgotten icon or fucking if it's something relevant.
Yes.
So, am I getting an aura of any kind from this place?
This is overwhelming, burgeoning life. It's just, the area is so suffused with positive energy that it's kind of hard to look at without detect evil. But it's not detecting as evil.
This is
it's just this odd sense of otherworldliness to it. It's like it's something out of a fairy tale.
I would confide in Gungar about
celestial nonsense. You know, maybe put one like you know that collar that we have, the one that lets you connect with like your like God and shit like that.
Well, apparently it
why don't you
glows
put it
whenever
on?
there's a potential for Kurgus to become displeased.
Why don't you put it on?
Why do I not wear a collar? Why do you not wear a collar?
You're a dog.
Well, it's connected. It'll connect you to your God, and also, like, again, I think you would look quite nice in the collar. You're a handsome
Well,
man.
anything looks good on me. But I
Sure,
have it. I have it with me. I have it at my side on my belt.
No, they're not. It's just a thought. I've just always wondered, like, why didn't you try putting it on?
I don't know. It just seems too obvious, you know.
I get what you know what I mean. It's like it's
But
like
I
a guy
would-
with a gun. You know,
because I
you
did-
expect it.
I found it with the javelin piece, but
Which was cursed.
I don't know. I guess maybe of all the places to put on this magical collar with my name on it, maybe a place that's overwhelmingly positive and full of life would be the place to do it. In any event, so we don't recognize these people. Not too long ago, this place was a charred wasteland of a burnt forest.
There are lots
So
of
it-
people in very like coarsely spun, like hand woven clothes, doddering about and tending to the various plants, very, very meticulously. Some of them are actually are pollinating each individual flower by hand.
May
Did you see maybe Vazani or somebody?
No sign of him around here. You'd notice him. He's not exactly inconspicuous.
Big guy,
I'll
you're
go
a
with one of
paladin.
the characters.
Yeah.
Big guy, you're a paladin. What kind of god are you? What god are you?
Damaric.
Damaric? Who's Damaric?
He's a swell guy.
God of execution and justice.
Oh, fair enough. I don't suppose he knows anything about plants, or you have any information now.
I'm afraid I don't.
Can
Execution
you use
and execution.
knowledge nature or knowledge to examine this?
Knowledge nature would be very, very, very useful.
Demeric believes that evil must be punished, though never unfairly or without due consideration.
Right, well, this has been very stressful, and I need to fucking believe myself. So
I'm gonna walk over and take a piss against one of the trees because it's all
I'm
nature.
gonna-
As you piss, a new tree begins to sprout.
Awesome. I'm gonna go for an actual piss while I'm doing that.
Oh, you're a father.
Hey.
You should really be careful. It's growing at a very alarming rate toward the source.
Put a
Mate,
cork
I
in
know
it.
how to
Get
fucking,
rubber
I know how
band.
to steer my cock. But fucking, I'll back away while I'm doing it. You know, I'm still technically.
Just draw a
peeing
little
against the tree.
hedge maze. Don't have one big tree.
Well, I need to
Just
pee.
Spread it around. Anyway, well, I guess while he's fertilizing, I'll approach one of the figures here, and I'll introduce myself and ask, "What is this place?"
Welcome to Cryptus' garden,
Cryptus's garden.
Lady Cryptus. Have you not been formally introduced?
No, we haven't. I'll tell him. Pardon any disbelief that I might have, but not too long ago we were here at this very same place, and it was a charred forest after a conflagration broke out.
They'll give you a
This
warm
is quite
smile.
a shift.
Don't worry, Charlotte. We've taken good care of this place.
Who are you?
We're simply the children of the grove. We take care of places where nature has failed or been injured. We tend the wounds so that something new might grow.
Do you have like any knowledge local of this organization of Arcana?
Arcana, please, or religion.
I'll do a religion check here.
Do they look elfish?
Some of them do look elvish.
I'll also roll religion.
Which color of the elf?
Eudex. You know that the Children of the Grove is a small druidic order that sprung up near the border of Keonin a while back. originates from the River Kingdoms.
Hmm.
Would we know the things?
Specifically where Pitax used to be.
I asked them, have you seen something horrible and vampiric passing by here recently?
Childer, would such a creature to step foot here, it would wither to dust. And this place is more full of life than those creatures could even comprehend.
I look at my hammer. How does it look in this environment?
It refuses to be drawn in this place.
I'll ask a question. I'll ask. We had a friend who came through here very recently. John was his name. He had an injury to his eye and his scalp, but when he returned to us, he was healed. He looked almost like a new man. Was that the doing of this place?
Indeed. Lady Charybdis herself tended to him.
Is she here?
I believe she's in the inner sanctum currently. Would you like me to fetch her for you?
I'll hold up a hand and I'll say, not quite yet. I had a question, an important one. The nearby village, Oakgate, was recently attacked by a vampiric assailant who's been slain, but he injured a great many people there. Would there be a way for us to implore the lady to offer them healing?
Certainly. I do believe that our good lady sent Mr. John back to the city to retrieve them, bring them here. Our lady, she's very poorly herself. It took most of her life force to establish this place. She'll need a good many weeks, if not months, before her strength is back up enough that she can move.
But
here, she's more than capable of working wonders.
That's good to hear. So John is still back at Oakgate right now?
John's with you.
Oh, okay. So
unless it's
John
your preference otherwise.
So John was
no, we didn't. He took us here to see what all the fuss
so
is about.
He would have had to have led you here, sir.
All right.
I'll walk over, shaking my leg and doing my pants. What's it called? Fucking, did I miss anything? Anybody want to give me the cliff notes?
The Children of the Grove and the Tree Lady have incredible healing properties, but she's on cooldown.
And where the fuck was she when we were here? How many days ago?
She wasn't here. She's part of the reason why it's brought back to life. That's what they do. They find places where natural devastations occurred and renew it with life.
I don't mean to bust your bubble, pal, but do you have a permit for these kinds of activities in this area?
Do you have a permit for that life?
Yes, we do. Here. Yeah, the individual you've been
have a
speaking to will
permit
hand
for
over
that
paperwork.
You got
This is a category 6 font of positive energy.
Alright.
Damn.
Just
Everything's
looks it
in line,
over,
then it
nods.
seems.
That is equivalent of a level 14 cleric standing in a field and pulsing positive energy every single turn for 2 days.
All right,
seems
well,
all in order.
You know what? If it looks
We're very
good,
particular,
if the text's good, and fucking it's documentation that says it's good, I don't trust it. No, let's go back, see if Jeff's healed up all the worst people. They probably should be good enough to bring them forward to get them healed up.
If you guys want to go back and, well, I think the lady is she can't heal them yet. She's still resting from establishing all of this. She won't be able to heal them immediately, so just keep that in mind. But I would like.
Can she heal them now, or do we have to wait? She can heal them.
I think it probably depends on who it is.
Heal them now, but just bring them here.
Oh, excellent.
We'll attend to them. After all,
I also would like
we're
to
firm
hear
believers that
Jeff's
all life
thoughts
on
on
this
this
earth
place.
is sacred.
I'd like to
Okay.
hear Jeff's thoughts on this place.
He'll probably be over the moon.
So, would it be considered rude to plunge my sword into the soil?
Oh, not at all, sir.
It's just dirt.
Lovely.
Iron comes from the soil, and so it will return when we're all gone.
I ain't going nowhere.
Just squints his eyes.
I'll take him
Must
up
say
on
the
his offer,
craftsmanship's
though.
impressive.
What he shall do instead is rub some of the dirt from the soil on his blade.
All the intricate engravings along the blade glow softly with golden light. This place is completely infused with positive energy.
I'll go to Nira actually and say, Nira, while they're fetching everybody to bring them over here, we should speak with this lady and tell her about what we've learned concerning the other forest and the crystals and the obelisk that's.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll give her the magical rundown, and I ask the priest or who are we talking to if she can take
to
us.
one of the followers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, the
So we
follower.
should seek
Can
an
you
audience with the lady. Lady Chris, what's the name?
Lady Charybdis.
Wait, Charybdis? That's
Charybdis.
Interesting name.
Let's go. How far?
Our
Walking
lady's been as far as
distance?
Minkai in learning her arts.
How far walking distance are we from this place?
It's just a short while.
Short while. All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to go back. I'm going to get my mum, and I'm going to bring her here.
All right. I think Ludex has to go with you. So.
Yeah, that's
he'll go
fine.
with
Ludex,
you.
you want to come with?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that means
Mira
I can.
and I
That
will-
means I can put mum in the back of the cart, and me and Ludex can pull it. If you're all right with that, big man.
Sure
I say to talk to gently unload the fridge. and
No, I'm just gonna grab a random cart. I don't think people are currently using them. You know, with the whole crystal vampire attack. It's not stealing. I'm going to bring it back. You know.
Everything here is very, very calm. Like, you know, some have even had a bit of fun with it. There appears to be an old rocking chair someone's placed at to one side, and a bunch of pumpkins have grown into it in the shape of a man.
So
Someone's put some old clothes on it.
Well, while
Yes,
they're
that
gone,
noise did come from
Kira,
it.
let's have a chat with Lady Charybdis.
Okay. After a short while, the main tree here, the roots uncoil themselves, and a figure gently eases itself from the inner sanctum.
All right, down we go.
She's garbed in very old-style clothing, in furs, many from wolves, and with a headdress appeared to be made from the wings of
No.
perhaps a hawk.
The niggers of the dog world.
What, dingoes?
13%
Dingoes.
of the cane.
The aboriginals of the dog world.
Yes.
I give a slight bow to the lady, and I say, "What's her title?" I don't want to see Reverend Mother or whatever.
Please, just call me
Oh.
Ledva.
God, I just saw the ritualist start Aiden with 2 heads and 3 tits.
Yeah. Pretty great, right?
About 3 titties.
Always good to have a spare.
Three
Oh God,
feet.
it's total retard.
Yeah, basically, Lady Elfta. I am Nira from the nearby city, sources of the party, and this is Ragava, paladin and our, let's say, executive, not officer, warrant officer. Fuck, my brain is out.
Yep.
Parole
Paladin
officer.
and service.
Parole
of,
officer, yeah.
Yeah.
We have
I need to
been.
reset my browser real quick.
We have been on the quest for a friend Vasilani. Maybe you have heard of him in the forest outside to the south.
She
We just
seems a little bit confused at the mention of the name, like she's trying to remember something.
Vasilani
We'll
or the
just-
forest.
We'll describe
Vasilani.
him. We can do that, right? We can describe Well, yeah, I'll describe Vicinity. What, his appearance. Hefty guy.
Ever seen James Bond?
Face paint.
Seen Baron
The Witch
Samederi?
Doctor.
Yeah.
I had no idea he
Definitely.
seems still alive. It's been years since I've seen him.
Witch Doctor? Our Doctor?
Yes.
Hi, Doctor.
Yeah.
Doc, you're not here. Doc, you're not here. He has sent us to find his friend in the spider-infested forest that never burns. Isn't that like Everdamp Forest or something? What's the name of the forest?
Geistwald.
Yeah.
Like, if you, as you mentioned, Geistwald, like a ripple of like gossip will actually roll among the congregants here.
Nasty place. Can't say I approve.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I'd
Place
prefer
with
to
a
never,
phase
ever,
of-
ever go back.
Place where the NCD court's vile influence leaks through.
Yes, the place is riddled with jutted toxic glass growing out of the ground.
The creature
Spiders.
followed. Is the creature that attacked Oke. The one that
And we'll
followed out.
describe the monstrosity that we slayed as well.
I fear it's worse than I thought. Quickly, follow me into the inner sanctum, past the dryad trees. As you pass by the tree, these enormous, lurching, humanoid-looking figures of trees, they seem to sway very quietly out of your way. The inner sanctum here is a little bit more warm, but a little bit more set up. It's a crude but well-maintained ritual circle upon which has been piled furs and various different books and various scrolls that are all detailing minor intricacies of druidic magic. It more closely resembles a wolf's den than an actual place of study, but the warmth here is somewhat calming. Please take a seat.
I take a seat.
Yeah, I'll pop a squat.
I will as well.
A number of the followers will bring around various. They're very crude cups made what appears to be something similar to bamboo, though much thicker and broader, and in this case hollowed out. Inside is a thick, like almost liqueur-like substance that is like a bright reddish pink.
Can I sense motive on all of these things to see like,
Certainly.
what the heck's going on? Okay.
I want to roll knowledge check to know exactly what I'm drinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to. Before I drink anything, I want to sense motive.
Okay.
What the fuck is that character?
They are complete. Their actions, all the followers, they are doing their utmost to keep you comfortable, as they know that chances are you've been through a fairly major trauma. Even the mention of Geistwald is enough to bring them in droves to you.
So I'm
looking to
pretty
attend to your
sure about
needs.
that. I mean,
Yes, they are. They are doing their utmost to be welcoming.
okay, guys, I think that this is pretty cool. They're just trying to help.
I look at I look at the main lady and say, "You will pardon our richness and paranoia." The forest was most exhausting.
It's completely understandable, Childer. We've all been around we've been around for quite a while, but we know that there's more things than one can dream of in this world, and especially when it comes to the manners of monstrosity the Fae are capable of, much less the horrors of the undead.
It was a bit more experience in the forest.
Where the fuck did that laugh come from?
Oh, the guy.
Came from somewhere outside the inner sanctum.
Slash laugh dead Liz.
Okay, perception. See if I can tell where it is.
Ooh, I'm glad that incredibly offensive joke just slipped under the radar.
Hmm?
I said laughs and dead lesbian.
Oh.
It's funny because Dom is
Fucking
Irish.
I get it.
I look at the lady and I say, I think there was more than undeads and vampires in the face. There were things from beyond this realm, to my limited understanding, the manifestations of fear. And I put at the hammer I'm lagging behind. This is what a few bits that's left of them. I did not felt it was safe to leave it lying in the already cursed place.
She will run a hand over it and it will seem to seize up and clench itself as even a creature with a pure fear is being eased by the priestess's various administrations. The hammer, which the way it moves when it's unattended, you're beginning to pick up that it might have a little bit something more to it than a simple inanimate object, is unable to process what to do. It's unusual to see Sakil this far out. Normally they congregate in places where the fears are more concentrated. Battlefields and places of tragedy. And you must be the first people to leave Geistwald alive in many years.
It was no easy feat. We barely escaped. It's a terrible place, and we're glad to be gone from it. And hopefully we don't have to go back.
I show her my wound in the shoulder, and I rub a bit off the mask paint I have on the face to show the invisibility spell still lingering around.
Don't worry, child, that doesn't bother me at all. And she looks at you with sightless eyes. She appears to be completely blind.
Do you have a who has the
I look at her. Our friend John told us the thing that haunted the city of Oaksgate. That was the man I already killed, and I suspect whatever is killed the people is still around. That there is even more powerful manifestation than what has been slain. I basically explained the situation with Sir Tobias being dragged to the ground in a moment's notice, and what had dragged him down, I don't think that's what has killed the people. If I'm making fucking sense, that's...
Well, I'm there to corroborate. And
were any of you injured by the creature? Any of you at all?
Fuck was.
I know that John was, but we've already administered to his wounds.
Oh, wrong.
It's imperative that I check Thok.
What creature are we talking about?
Well, he's going to fetch the others. He'll be back soon.
And as it on cue, Thok will return. Others in carted, as the case may be. Most of them having been doped up with opium in order to make the short trip.
Fucking unicorn.
So Thok?
Hello. Did Jeff come with?
Yes. I assume you're moving as a mass.
Jeff, what do you think of this place?
I fear it's a bit above my pay grade.
I pet Jeff. I also give him a carrot that I picked up. But...
You will go through the carrot like it wasn't even there. It has ceased to be an exile.
Removed from the Akashic records.
I walk around and I fucking I help my mum sit up and tenderly stroke her head while I let the healing magic flow.
She seems uneasy at the priestess's approach. She's a bit out of it with the opium.
I pick up on this and I basically look over and I give, not full on rage eyes, but I fucking shoot the evils at the priestess and basically give off the impression that fucking just stay away from my mum. I will fucking hurt you. Just real fuck off, like parent vibes.
Don't fear, child. Don't fear, child. I can fix this. She'll trace a nail down the wounds, and they'll seem to knit. They'll not knit shut, but there'll be a thin interlocking, almost like wires of magical force that winch the wound that clench the wound shut. Like
Jeff,
stitches.
both paladins, detect evil, detect everything. Fucking everybody, knowledge everything. I want to know what she just did.
She healed.
And we'll keep your mother stable for a little while. First and foremost, before we do anything else, we need to check you. If you've been wounded by that creature, there's a good chance that you may carry something from it.
What creature are you talking about? The big worm?
No.
Thing?
A thing that led from tree to tree.
Was I ever hurt by it at any point? I know the worm
and
fucked
it
me up.
buried an arrow in your side. And she will gently press a fingertip to the burn mark.
Oh yeah, you did pick the fucking arrow from the ground.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. The fucking when I stabbed myself with a tetsubo. Yeah, by all means, take a look.
Okay, lay down. She'll motion to the other attendants, and
Jeff,
they'll
watch my mum.
light a few rolls. They'll light some incense and suitably set up for the ritual. Now, you won't feel any pain, but what you see might worry you. Rest assured, it's just a part of the ritual. Consider everything else a bad dream. And she will draw a small glyph on your stomach. She will mutter a few words in High Druidic. And in a soft motion, her fingers slip through your flesh like it wasn't there. And she pulls out what appears to be a writhing bag of blackened flesh, almost like entrail, but squirming and rife with tiny splinters of bluish crystal. And she wrenches it free in a long string, and just piece by piece by piece, like jetta by jetta, it just with there's no pain. As brutal as it looks, there's no
the
pain.
entirety of cancer from my body that had spread across probably all my body by this.
Another chunk of it rips free, and she throws it into a burning sconce where it sizzles. Just imagine everything. Just lay back, relax. We've much work to do. And she'll have one of her attendants wash her hands with what appears to be purified water from one of the springs around here. And so, as you drift, something drifts into view in your mind.
Better not be Dom.
Oof.
Oh no! Oh no!
Nani?
Oh.
Nani?
Is it the fucking tree that I'm thinking of?
誰か
Oh god.
The tree glows, there's burning bright cyan, and very tiny flecks of shifting light. The roots spread out into just a throbbing mass of corruption. But the tree remains pure. It remains unsullied by the mass it's growing from. A voice speaks to you in the back of your mind as you drift. You stand at a crossroad. Innumerable paths drift out into infinity before you.
Wait, this seems kind of familiar.
I give you a choice. Walk the path of rebirth, the path of flesh and bone, or the path of blood, and reclaim your heritage.
Okay, this seems very familiar.
Make your decision carefully.
Alright, lads.
Right, lads, I think
Just that very smooth, evenly paced feminine voice at the back of your mind. Make your decision very, very carefully. And I think we'll leave it there for the week, folks. And for the season, in fact.
So until
next week. Maybe next week. We may have something else on next week, just for a break. And we'll reconvene probably in 2 weeks' time with the first episode of season 4.
Ooh.
Jesus, how long has this thing been going on? Jesus.
That was episode
20
20.
weeks.
Every season is about 20 episodes.
Exactly 20 episodes. Plus the bonus in between.
I already know what Fuck would pick. Because he's an idiot.
I want the path of the unicorn.
Yeah.
That's back
It's not an
yeah.
option.
Yeah,
I
pretty much.
already got a unicorn.
He's got you there.
Yeah, but I see what's going on here. I figured it out, I think.
Nah. I'm fucking it said exactly what I want to hear. I'm fucking reclaiming my heritage.
Extremely vague. I like it.
I don't know what evidence means, to be honest.
Oh wait, I guess. Say what I think is going on.
We're still going?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the call.
We'll reconvene probably in 2 weeks' time. We'll have something on next week to cover, but
Chris the Vampire was an inside job!